Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another Saturday afternoon here in Las Vegas. And we are live on YouTube and Twitch today, everybody. And now that I'm talking, my dog is going to bark at me. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you've been busy. Hope you had a lot of cool projects you've been working on. And let me bring in my two guests, and then we'll get going. Hello, Matt, Kenny.
Hey,
yes,
everyone.
How you doing?
I'm Ed, and that is Doc.
Doc
So
and Ed.
that makes you Johnny.
Let's see who we got in chat here. Hello. Blasto Supreme, how you doing? Derek, Del Los Logos 3D Printing. Sergio, HVAC A to Z. Duff, hello, how are you doing today? Dave Gatton, hello, my friend, how are you doing today? Stop!
Who let the dogs out? Don't.
Very cool.
Don't.
And I got a couple things I've been working on, as you guys might have seen. I'll give you a bone in a minute, doggies. Where's that? Yeah, Sane Smart sent me out this little 3018. I didn't want to review the 3018 because it's too small, and then they got back with me. They said, well, if you review the 3018, we'll send you the Prover V2 out. So I'm currently working on my first video on the Prover V2 right here. That's a 40 by 30. And I already have, from last year, I have their, in the background, it's 4040 Pro. So, but then there's some extension kits for this particular one here that can make it extremely big, a 60 by 60 or like, I don't know, 13 by 13. It's extremely huge, but we'll wait and see how it goes and see where we go with that. But, and then Kenny is laser, which is behind him. He finally got his fiber laser from Hal Tien from Pascal. And that is like what, 120 watt, Kenny?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very nice. Very killer.
Yeah, it's not set up yet, but I'm getting there. You know, like
yeah, Kenny's got a wall of filament right there all set up and ready to go. Hello, Louise.
Hey, babe.
My basement floor for telepost. Okay.
Yeah, just if you don't have a big enough drill bit, just drill a lot of holes, knock it out with the hammer. Or take a sawzall or something like that and cut it out, depending on how big you want to make it.
And make little holes to make a big hole.
Or you can use paddle bits if you need something fairly small. Use a paddle bit for wood. Works real well. Oh, boy. What's new today? Oh. And finally, for the first time ever, I spent a little money with Cody Elkins. And I bought some Jenny bits. They came a few days ago, and I got an official Jenny sticker I'll put on something. But very cool. He's out of Arizona, and I got 3 Jenny bits right here for my CNC. They're all like rough. I got a 3-pack, but they're all like $30-something a piece. So I'll be very careful I don't destroy them and break them. But they're really high-quality bits, made in America, made in America. So that's very cool. I've seen him on different live streams, Cody, and talk about his different bits. And everybody in the CNC community has been raving about his bits and the quality and made in America. So we'll see how it goes. So can't wait. America, yeah.
America.
Hey, Red Light, how you doing today? Yeah, Cody mentioned, he wrote me a note and he said that he sent me a free Jenny bit to try out. And then I took them out of the pack and I said, no, I got my 3 bits I ordered. So I guess I messaged him. He must have put the free bit in the wrong package or something, but no biggie. I appreciate the thought. So if anybody would like to drop in, here's a link right here.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the smaller Onefinity CNCs, not the new one that's like $4,000, but the ones that they had out a few years ago, and they just looks like they came way down in price. But if all goes well, this should work great. So we'll see how it goes. It's very rigid. I'll try their spindle on it, and then I'll put my Makita on it. I'll either buy another Makita or I'll just rob it off the 4040 and put it over here on this one. But yeah.
Can't beat the price.
Yeah, I've been doing some interlocking lithophanes. So
Hey, Chris.
Nothing. It's a project what I want to do for a while, and it is basically to connect and make it as big as possible without having, the choice of gluing it together, so you still can take it apart. I literally want to put it in the window and basically that the window shines light through and then, reveals the cellophane. That's what I want to do.
That'll be nice.
Yes. What did you say, Chris?
What's up, 3D? You said, what's up, 3D printing nerds?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I guess I might as well do my little show and tell. Jeremy, he was nice enough to do that file, a couple weeks ago?
Oh, Hobo's on right now, too. Sorry.
Anyways, so I did he has risen yesterday that Jeremy did. Or created, I should say. They came out pretty good. I don't have the light for it yet, but yeah, it has a light that shines through, just in time for Easter. Came out pretty cool. That was on my CLC.
Does it come on a picture file or something like that?
Or
template?
It's a laser file. It's a but you might talk to Jeremy and see what he can do. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just because I know a friend of mine who would love to have something like this, but he doesn't have a CNC. He would like to print it so I can convert the file into a regular STL file so you can print it on a printer.
Yeah, it's a Lightburn file. One I got from Jeremy. All right, quit making me big. Make me small again.
All right, yeah, I was reading some other stuff here.
Hold on, give me a couple minutes. My wife just texted me. She wants to do an order for food. So we're having a takeaway tonight.
Yeah, I done a quick little video the other day. Me and my wife went out to Henderson and Green Valley area here in Vegas and had some fish and chips. The man that runs the place is British, and he used to cook for the band Kiss. And the food was really good. A few things I left out of the video I should have had in it, but, it was too late. I already had uploaded. People have viewed it, and I don't want to take it down and re-edit it again. But it's really good.
And for the record, Green Valley is Henderson.
If you look at my title, I said Las Vegas / Henderson. That way, if I would have just said Henderson, people reading I want to go to Vegas. I'm not going to Henderson. They don't comprehend it. So I just, put both of them.
I know. It's just like Summerlin is still Vegas.
Which is actually Green Valley, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a master plan community. By Del Webb. No, I think. Oh, man. I'm getting all kinds of stuff on my phone all of a sudden.
Oh, here's something else. Here's something my sister gave me. It's really cool. I tried to put it on before the stream. It's a white wolf, and the mouth works. You can put it on your head, and the mouth actually works.
You gotta be kidding. Put it on.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be one of those millennia golly, it does work. Can you talk while you got it on?
Yeah, of course I can talk.
Matt, look at it. He's been transformed.
Oh!
It's going now childish, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta figure out where to put the pin stamp properly.
See what happens when you sniff the resin?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Come on, hit the drum beat. Hit the drum beat. Fuck him. Yeah. See what happens when you smell? There you go. When you hit the resin. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to do this at the beginning of the stream. Oh God, crazy Americans. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll never grow up. I'll be 60 in a couple months. It's hard to believe, but that's life, you know. Where does time go? You're young inside, but you don't look the same in the mirror, basically.
Nope.
I didn't want to think about June right now.
If anybody else like to drop in, there's a look in the chat for the stream link. If I know who you are, I'll let you come in on camera. If I don't know who you are, then I probably won't, so nothing crazy happens. But yeah, I'll be on the live stream on later on Patrick, LA Hobby Guy, and Jeremy, HCL Customs. We'll be on at 5:30, 2 hours after 5:30 p.m. Pacific. 2 hours after I get off, I'll be streaming till 3 o'clock today, a total of 3 hours. And then I have to get ready for their stream. Not sure what I'm going to do. I might work on the fiber laser and engrave a coin or something. Haven't quite decided yet. It's like a last minute thing. So I'm a page in this one group I'm on, Shark with Lasers Patreon. They got some really cool and the blurb was who played that? Let me get back over here and see what I'm doing here.
So speaking earlier, you're talking about colors.
How was it?
You were talking about colors with
I can control it too, you know. The laugh. I did it.
Oh, you got one of those too.
No, he's doing it on Twitch because I'm on Twitch. There's different things set up on Twitch. I got turned on so you can play different sounds and do different things. I got the drop set up on Twitch. Like that's coming down right there. Your mic is cutting in and out a little bit, Kenny.
Yeah.
Now?
We don't know.
I can understand
Just
you,
keep
but
normally
cutting out.
speaking.
Shouldn't be. Anyways, you're talking about colored metals. So is there a formula for doing colored metals with the laser?
Not exactly. It's got to kind of figure it out. Jeremy with HTL Customs has done tons of it. And you got 120 watts, so it'll be totally different. You got to get your frequency and power right and experiment. And yeah, I'm not sure where to point you to start with 120 watt.
Yeah, Wednesday I was on the hangout from Justin, and he sent me, and this is my first try of the Murph logo. I wanted to make a keyring, so I have to redesign everything because I took the wrong picture. I realized at the end of it. Oh, let me show you again.
Yeah, hold it.
So as you can see, the 2024 did not came out very well. It's supposed to be in 3-dimensional, but I took the wrong picture. So I should have just taken the regular picture. So I worked on this like for 3 hours, and I'm like, why is this not working? And I'm like, then I realized that the picture was in 3D, and I'm like, oh my god.
The cutting out's on my end, guys. Like I had last week, I had that happen. For some unknown reason, I got two Bose speakers on my desk, and I'm getting kind of like a crackling in my voice. It's not you, it's me. So it's been fine all week until I went live again, so I'm not sure what's causing it.
Yeah. So that's what I've been working on. But I spent like 3 hours and wasted for nothing.
Hello, Pete, Joe, Glasgow, and Patrick. Patrick has to go to a track meet.
Because I don't have such a fancy program that like some people have, like Pete. The Pete, the light source guy, he have a program. He just adds something in it, a picture, and then the program does automatically, I guess, certain tracing, and then he just have to do the bridging, I believe. for it and to create the lines to connect them, because if certain lines are not connected and then you try to color them in, the color can jump onto the other side because there's an opening. So you need to actually have like a border to separate the colors. You will not see the borders if you do not paint the borders in the mostly on the key rings or whatever I guess you're doing, like light boxes.
I'm not sure if I showed this last week, but I got a lot more wood for my diode laser.
Mm-hmm. Did it bend?
My Rolly. Then I got a big piece of aluminum. I think I already showed you this. It's 1/4 inch. I'll be using this on my CNC, and then I'll probably bring it in on my fiber laser after that for different videos and testing. It got off Amazon for like $18, I think it was. And of course, they probably have a supplier or somebody around town everywhere, but you just got to find them and drive. It's simple for you to sit on my computer and order something, then go find the place in person. What, Kenny?
Maybe I ought to walk over to Timet and say, "Hey, give me some titanium." Or Timet.
Oh, yeah.
Give me some
titanium.
Yeah. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, we got our friend in Canada coming in right now. We got Mr. Tim.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing?
You know, in StreamYard, I don't pay for 1080p. I did a long time ago for a couple months. I got a $10 plan that had a special on around Christmas, but in the back end when I come in, I had 1080p checked and it didn't say I had to pay.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. Right. When I drop it on other guys' live streams in their program, then they're paying for 1080p. Of course, I can check it for my camera, but today coming in, it's checked and it didn't say in order to use this, you got to pay blah, blah, blah. So I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Unless they just let me try it out for free and then it's going to give me a warning later on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully I get
Could be.
Lily, quit it.
So what's new? What have you been up to?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just I'm waiting for some parts to come in to build a Tri-Zero, and then I'm updating my 2.4 here. I just put the beacon probe on, and I have the electronics open because I ran the wiring for the beacon probe, and now I'm just configuring the software for it. So doing all the updates. I haven't updated Clipper on this printer in a long time, and so there's literally every update under the sun to do. So.
Okay, Pete, thank you. And you can't, and on YouTube, you can't click on the little gear icon and change it. That's high as it goes to 720p. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Vincent, 1977, all out. Vincent, how you been?
Yeah, okay. Pretty okay. Just woke up. It's 8 in the evening.
I got a Hypercube I built a long time ago. You guys might have remembered when I built it. It's a kit from Ziltech. It's all 30-30 extrusion. It's 400 by 400 by 500. About, 8-9 months ago, I put Clipper on it, and then I quit working on it. Didn't do any resonance tests or whatever that little probe is for Clipper. I have it, but I didn't do it. I just quit working on the printer. It's sitting behind me. It does work, but I haven't done nothing with it in a long time. And I'm thinking about putting them on Facebook here locally for $300 or $350 just to get rid of it. Let somebody else have it. But it's got 30-30 extrusion. It does work. They can go through and retweak it or change it. But be a good project. Somebody wants to modify it.
What brand is it?
It's a kit from Ziltech. Isn't actually a brand. It's just they send you a bunch of extrusion and nuts and bolts in the bed and the aluminum for the plate, and it's up to you to print all the parts to build it and finish it and buy what you need from anywhere on the internet.
Do you know what controller it is?
Yeah, I've got a Big Tree Tech. I forget what I put on it. I'd have to look at it. I don't remember. But I'm thinking about selling it cheap just to get rid of it. But it's a big heavy duty machine. You know, somebody else can put a different hot end on it if they want, but it does work the way it is. And I've got anyway. If you might be interested, I'll send you pictures because I want.
Lily, sorry guys.
I'm the YouTube URL. Let's see, it's right here. Or I can check it myself. Let's see, YouTube. Let me get rid of the commercial and I'll check it. 1 second, guys.
Sorry for the people who just had a headphone. But that's how it is with having a dog. I have headphones on and I hear it and I'm like, I try to immediately go over to the mute button, mute myself.
Yeah, Pete, I just checked it. 720p as high as it goes. So I'm not 1080p like I thought, according to when I shot L. Hello, shot L. How you doing today? And Derek sent me a photo with Stormtrooper. Let me check that out. I thought I had already saved one on my computer and imported it, but let me see the one he sent me, and then I'll show you guys.
Yeah, seeing that. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I saved it on my hard drive the other day because I knew when I went live I could show it, but I'll just re-import it.
I'd fit right into that.
You're quiet, Tim.
Yeah, I'm just doing some updates. I'm just updating my clipper and watching it go. I'm waiting to see how much it's broken when I update it that I have to fix.
Barnacles had a few years ago done Stormtrooper outfit for him. He looked pregnant in it, but he made one. That looks really good.
It does.
Oh, cool.
Now that's not a wearable suit. That's just a static model. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just a static model. It doesn't move or anything. I don't think anything is positionable on it. But that's still a lot of filament.
Yeah. Crazy. I can just imagine, 100 years out. It's like, what is all this stuff? We're all gone.
Yep.
Oh, we were watching something last night. The wife and I last night. This is incredible. It's about Rushmore. Did you know? It was right before the war broke out in the 40s. That they were actually going to have some kind of a thing where you can go up the ladder and go behind Lincoln, and there was supposed to be some kind of display thing in there, and it's all secret now because it never got built because of the war, but it was started. But anyways, it was kind of cool.
Really? Oh, do you mean the chamber? What's behind the what's it called? Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That did show that over here on Discovery Channel. I think was it one episode where they actually were some people were flown with a helicopter on top and or they hiked up there from the back and they actually had it's just a hole in there and that's nothing in there, but they wanted to have like a cavern what they wanted to build there to store records, and that was the original idea, I believe. I mean, it's a cool idea. But
yeah, I wish it would have happened. That'd been really cool.
Yeah, you guys still can do it,
So the guys down yonder below me, what have you been up to?
You never heard of volunteer work, Kenny?
Yeah.
Why? Think about this. Any person who can mine...
Wait a second. Wait a minute, Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Loma. Hey, Tom.
What's up?
That was a fast shower.
Yeah, I actually did shower and laundry and all kinds of stuff. I just needed to rinse off from all the sawdust.
So you did your laundry in the shower?
I just went and got it. Where's the camera? I don't know if that shows.
Downtown Jenny?
Drill bit?
That's the regular Jenny CNC.
Yeah.
It's not really showing it, but that's over a year old. It's my main bit. This one and the other Jenny are the only two I really use anymore.
What do you know about?
There is no sawdust buildup on it. It's just now. I'm probably going to replace it. It's fraying a little bit when I hit certain woods with it.
What do you know about a compression bit that's up and down at the same time?
That is a compression bit.
Oh, it is a compression bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an up
Jennies are compression bits. Here's the big thing about the Jenny over a standard compression bit. Jennies are made for home CNCs that are not the most rigid. A normal compression bit, the compression separation, the up cut and the down cut are separated by generally about 5 to 6 millimeters. So you have to do at least 5.5 millimeter cut for it to work. for the whole up cut down cut thing to function.
Okay.
These are only 2 millimeter or 3 millimeter, depending on which one you get, whether you get the 1/8 inch or the 1/4 inch, which means the home CNC doesn't need to cut as deep, put as much force on it, and you get a much more smoother cut out of a home CNC with the Jenny. The Jennies are made for home CNCs because the compression part is so much smaller. The upcut is only 2 millimeters. I don't even think it actually is 2 millimeters on this. I think it's like 1.75. You're supposed to do a 2 to 2.5 millimeter cut with this. That's as deep as you need to go. Within a Mana or white side, you need to do like a 5 or a 6 millimeter cut, which, full size CNC has no problem doing. These little home built CNCs, you try and do a 5 or 6 millimeter cut, either you're traveling really, really slow, which burns, because people don't realize the faster you go, the less you burn. Burning is a result of not moving the bit through the wood fast enough. That's what causes burning, because it's sitting there spinning and burning and heating up instead of cutting. This allows you to move faster without breaking it, because you can spin it faster, you can cut faster, because it's such a small cut without flexing your machine out. These things
your CNC, do you got a spindle or do you have a router?
I have a spindle.
Okay. Air or water?
Water.
Okay.
I wouldn't even bother with an air. You might as well just use a regular router. There's no real advantage of an air spindle over I shouldn't say that. Air-cooled spindle actually has more torque and more horsepower than a water-cooled one. A water-cooled one will cut longer, last longer, and stay cooler because it cools better. But they're actually lower horsepower, and they're heavier. Air-cooled are much, much lighter. My spindle I've only got a 1.5 with a ER11 coupler, which means I can't go over a 1/4 inch.
I've turned it on, but I haven't engraved or cut anything on this yet. I just got it put together yesterday. There'll be a video out on it next week. It's a 4030 V2. Liam, about a year and a half ago, when he used to be on here all the time, he had saved up and bought their first version of this. And this is the V2 version. It's got ball screws on it. It's more rigid. But they do have kits that cost an arm and a leg, so you can make this a 60-60, or you can make it, a 13-13. I mean, you can make it huge.
All you do is extend the extrusions, really.
Yeah, make everything bigger.
You need to put longer screws on it and longer extrusions. I've actually been thinking about cutting mine down because I never used the length. Mine's a 5-foot square. And I just don't use it.
You probably don't go any bigger than usually 2 foot, right? Most stuff you do?
Yeah, a couple of times I've gone over 2 feet, but very seldom.
And if you're making things to sell, and the bigger you go, the more it costs to ship, et cetera, et cetera. So,
well, it's just, and you got to store it, and you got to burn through material, and you have to invest in material, and I don't know. But I've had this thing forever, dude. I got the 1/4 inch and this 1/8 inch at the same time, and I have had white side. I have had a Mana. I've had a shark bit. Nothing beats this thing.
Last year I bought
outdone all of them. And the other thing I love about it, always clean. Like before every cut, I take a toothbrush to the bit. Every bit, doesn't matter. It just saves you from burning last cuts material into, the sawdust that sticks to the flutes. If you just take a toothbrush to it and not a wire brush, don't ever take a wire brush to it. Take a toothbrush to it. Just brush off the crap. You'll get less burnt junk stuck in the flutes. This has got nothing. It's like brand new looking. This thing's
last year on Amazon, I bought a white side bowl bit, but like a dummy, I bought a 1/2 inch bit, and I can't put a 1/2 inch in my Makita, so I got a brand new bowl bit sitting in the garage. And by the time I realized that, I was out of my return period. So at some point, I'll gift it to somebody or do something with it. It's 1/2 inch.
I'm getting ready to. I'm going to build a router table, and I'm going to use a spindle in it. I was looking at buying like real high-end routers to build a router table out of.
Mm-hmm.
And the routers are like $400 for a good, like a high-end, not just your basic everyday router. A high-end router, 3 horsepower plus, $400. I can buy a water-cooled spindle, the whole kit for less, have way more speed control, have way quieter, way more power. I mean, a spindle, the advantage of a spindle over a router is they're infinitely adjustable in speed, but they're also auto ramping. In other words, when it starts sensing that it's under load, it will ramp itself up to keep the RPM equal. Where a regular routers don't do that.
You got to go over and you got to flip the knob manually.
Yeah, where CNC spindle, you just turn the little dial on the front. You don't have to go anywhere near the router. You're not going underneath it.
You have a long mill, right?
Huh? No, I got an open build.
Open bills, okay. Not over the last couple of years, everything has went way up in price. I was looking at Onefinity this morning, and their older stuff has came down in price because they have their newer stuff out. So.
Yeah, but anything new's going up. Mine was just over $2,500, and it's well over $3,000 now for the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
And I'm just like the economy here in America. If things ever get better, I don't think they're going to lower food prices. I think once they get the money for something, they're going to leave it up there. I don't think they're ever going to back off.
The rich always get richer. Everyone's bitching about. I'm not going to get into it, but the economics are the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And if the rich would stop getting richer, our economy would stabilize.
Yeah, I was telling my wife this morning, I'm probably going to sell all my 3D printers except for 2 because I only have 2 main printers that I actually use. So why keep all the printers? I don't need them. And then try to.
I got rid of all mine.
Not everything. I'll keep the bamboo and I'll keep the big Cheaty Fast in the middle that has a model on top of it, but I'll probably sell others because I don't need them. And I have printers you don't see also, but I just don't need them.
I disassembled 2. Kept the parts basically for 1 more, and I still have the Llama core, and that's the only printer I have anymore. And that needs to go. I need to replace it, which I started. I started the cross gantry. I just haven't been.
I need to concentrate on my fiber laser, my diode laser, and then my CNC stuff in the garage. I need to concentrate on other things. And I used to be into my little CNC over a year ago, and then I quit going out in my shop, my garage. Cars don't park in there at the shop. And I stayed in the house for the last year working on other stuff. Well, now that I got these from Sane Smart, I need to get back out there and get to work. And I got Carb Maker for 3 months and need to do some proper videos and content.
Yeah, I got a little toy in my garage too. Just a little toy.
I don't have a new picture of that, but well, actually, maybe I do. Let me look.
If you follow the directions very closely, like go on their website and do the speeds and feeds for this bit, and you, again, hit it with a toothbrush before every single cut. And you don't have to go nuts. Just brush off the old sawdust and the crap that builds up in the flutes. That thing will last you years. This is by and far the best bit I've ever bought.
And if you don't follow their speeds and feeds, you can break your bid on the first pass. Now you're at $35.
That's the other thing. I've stoved not this one, the 1/4 inch. I've broken the 1/4 inch bits, and I stoved the 1/4 inch bit because I entered some crap wrong, and it didn't hurt it at all. It just walked away from it like nothing.
My little 4040 last year I engraved. I forget what it was. The picture, it's out in the garage. It's a round sign. I used tapered ball nose bit on it. On the entire thing. I didn't run a cleaning pass. I just used the 1 bit on the whole thing. Took about 8 hours. Once it got down to about 7 hours, I started getting tons of chatter and tear out, and it was I fried the bit because I just ran it too long, too hot, and I killed the bit.
But I wanted to do that. This is made to do that. These will outlast, dude. I cannot say enough good about these Jenny bits. I just love them.
You know, James Dean Design, when he done his, what was it? It was a map of some mountain range here in America, and he done a terrain map on it. And in Carvco Maker, he was off his homing point was dead center. And I'm thinking, why did he do that? If you're dead center and you run your cleaning pass, you got to run your finish pass. Where are you gonna zero out at? Because you just burned over top of it. So I don't know why he did that, unless he changed it and didn't say so in the video. But bottom left corner on your stock material is where you need to zero out your Z when you go to change bits, right?
I actually do 0 too.
Huh?
Because I do 0 too. Like when I do my lace cutting boards, I have to 0 in the middle, not the corner. And I get what you're saying, but if you don't move everything, or even if you remove it and you leave yourself some guide clamps, like I'll put a guide clamp in for the cutting board, 0 in the center is actually better. I don't know how to describe it, but the only thing you have to adjust is the height, and you can always find a point to hit the height from no matter where it is. So by centering it in the center, putting guide, I put guide stops in when I do like a cutting board. I have little stops, so I can take the cutting board, take it out, cut it, glue it up, just slam it into the stops again, and it's in the exact same spot again. Where if you do it in the corner, a lot of times I got a clamp in the corner, or it's easier to do the center.
Are you using a probe, or are you just using a piece of paper?
Yeah, you can use a piece of paper.
I'm asking what you use. I think eyeballing is fine for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. I'm doing cut throughs, and the height doesn't need to be that accurate, so I don't really care. So I just keep bringing it down, micro stepping it, and literally spinning the bit until I feel resistance, back it off like 1/10 of a centimeter, and call that 0.
Yeah.
I'm not doing I'm not doing aluminum lathing machining. I'm cutting through wood to,
That little 3018 from SaneSmart that came out, the bed actually travels back and forth, which that's new to me. But you have to put some kind of a spoil board on it. If you don't, and you go too deep, you're going to bust your bit when you hit the plate. But anyway, hashtag bamboo. Yeah. Anyway, I'll back off from talking strictly just to Tom. Vincent, Tim, anybody have anything you want to talk about?
Yep. Yeah, I've been 3D printing a toilet roll holder from what's it? Star Wars? Yeah. For a toilet. Wow. My son chose that one. I still need paint, and I'm printing the middle part. So first I was scared that my rolls wouldn't fit in between the hands, but yeah, look.
Nice. Yeah, I remember we were talking about over under, and I said over, and a couple people were saying under. Yeah.
No, over.
Yeah, it's got to be over. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also redoing this part.
I say sideways.
I say neither. Baudet.
B-Day.
I say if it bothers you that much, you need to get a frickin' life. Because it really doesn't matter for me.
What printer is that behind you, Vincent, with a light on it and the white filament?
Come on. We put what on it?
A1.
A1?
A1. Yeah, I use a lot of 3 kilo spools. So I took the top part off and 3D printed this one from Thingiverse. And I can hang a kilo spool and a 3 kilo spool. And I removed the Bowden tube.
Nice.
So I was sick and tired of using the Bowden tube and running the spool on the backside. The only downside is I'm not using the runout sensor at the moment. So yeah, that's what I did.
You don't have this problem with the bamboo. The bamboo runout sensors on the hot ended, above the feeder. I think. So
yeah. So I was sick and tired moving the printer every time, and also the 3 kilo spool wouldn't fit on the back. So that's why I 3D found this one on Thingiverse and printed it. The only downside of this one is when your spool's completely full and it lays down the first line on the side and it comes back, it jumps off the spool. So with the first part of a new spool, you have to keep an eye on it.
Hello, Dale. Yeah,
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm
going.
3D printing new blocks. So I'm removing legs, and there's going to be one leg in the middle. So I'm changing this a little bit. Got all the wires underneath there now. A friend of mine is going to cut them soon, put new plugs on it. So
What do
everything
you
is going to
mean?
be.
What jumps off? The whole. What holds the?
It unwinds the spool, because if the nozzle goes all the way to the back, it comes
Yeah.
back, and
Yeah.
when the spool is full, it unwinds
It
itself.
unwinds it. Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, it's only when you put a new spool on there. That's the only thing. So, and also, I've been 3D printing.
If it's unspools, why not put like a little sponge piece underneath what you glue on? What it basically have some kind of friction on it. You only have to have some kind of friction on it to slow it down.
Yeah, no, it's there are no what's it called? No ball bearings in there. I already took them out, because if I had ball bearings in there, it completely started spinning and didn't stop. So I took them out, but still, when the spool's full, it unwinds like twice or 3 times. That's only in the beginning. So what I'm gonna do is 3D print a new one. I found one from Stargate. There's gonna be another table on the top of the big one. It's gonna be here, and then I can use the 3 kilo spools without any problems. Because I had a lot of heat issues. It started to heat up the filament so much in the printer. I took the top part off.
Wow.
It wasn't running fine. So what I was doing now is I 3D printed these. These are for the middle, where we're basically coming here, like so. And these are the corner parts. So basically, 2 tables is gonna have 1 leg instead of 2. And then all the wires in the back. So that's what I've been working on, basically.
All right.
Oh yeah, and my kitchen completely flooded a couple of days ago. So I had to take it, and I was just done with the hard wooden floor everywhere, and I was sitting here and I was listening to, what do I hear for noise? I went to the kitchen, and my whole freaking kitchen was flooded.
What broke? Water line under your sink?
Yeah, from my dishwasher.
Oh wow.
And didn't have one of those protection things between it. I still had to buy one. It wasn't in between the hose. Normally, when the hose breaks or something, it will stop. But I forgot to buy one. So it took me 3.5 hours to clean everything up. My neighbor had no leakage downstairs. I was lucky.
I made a dumb mistake about 10 years ago. I went to Texas. My mother-in-law and father-in-law installed a new garbage disposal for them in their kitchen, hooked everything up to their dishwasher, came back to Vegas. A couple days later, their kitchen was flooded. I forgot to knock out the insert in the garbage disposal. If you hook up a dishwasher, you got a plug you got to knock out with a screwdriver. And you hook up the drain. I forgot to knock the damn thing out.
Dude,
So
I've seen professional dudes do that. Brand new homes. We have them install it, and they forget to freaking do the knockout.
I mean, I've done it before, and I knew better, but I can't believe I did that. So they had to call a plumber to come out and knock it out for them. I don't know what that cost. Then clean up the mess. I can't believe I did that.
The funny thing is, we were talking about garbage disposals a couple of months ago. I was looking into it, but it's not allowed in the Netherlands. We're not allowed to have one.
You're not allowed to have a garbage disposal?
Nope.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I found it out a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, Ken.
Hi.
What's new with you, my friend?
Not a thing. I'm just chilling, doing my Sunday streams as usual, and doing updates to my printers. And I've cleaned out my studio. I sold a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm down to 5 printers here. That's it. Actually, 6 if you count my rat rig. So,
but, I figured I'm going to just keep 2. I need to get rid of the rest. I'm not using them. Why keep them?
Yeah,
I need to move away from 3D printing a little bit. I've done so much since 2017. I literally have hundreds of things I need to sell or throw away, sell most hopefully, and then move more into CNC and working with my fiber laser and diode laser.
Right. Yeah. It's time to for me, it's time to stop collecting printers. I want to get them more put to use now, and then I want to start working on my laser a bit more. So, yeah.
Yep.
But no, everything else is great. We're having I've shoveled more in the last 4 days than I have all year. We've got a ton of snow coming. It's our standard spring snowstorms that we're having these last few days. So
up in the Great White, eh?
Up in the Great White North, eh? That is right, eh? I'm sorry to tell you guys that. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, hey Tim. On that note, sometimes how YouTube will just send you random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This morning it was John Candy as a hockey player. He started playing with with kids, and all of a sudden he got recruited. You remember that one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, man,
he was one of my favorites.
I know. He was talented.
Rick says he's in Toronto. I'm in Calgary, Rick. I am in Calgary, and we've had a week ago, we were plus 17, which is about 65 Fahrenheit. And now we're -4 and tons of snow. And we had 0 snow a week ago. So typical spring here, though. We always have one final big spring storm. So.
By the way, every Tuesday we always watch The Curse of Oak Island, also in Canada.
I used to watch it. My sister doesn't still watch it.
Never seen that before. I've seen ads for it a lot.
The Lagunas, I think that's what they're called. If they ever find anything, it'll be on NBC Nightly News long before the episode airs. If something really big, all the media outlets will get a hold of it before the episode airs. 6 months later, 3 months later.
I was just like 1% of the money that's been spent on that project. Just 1%.
No kidding. Okay, my card is ready. Why did that do that? Okay, let me just go grab my.
Hello, Dixon. How you doing today? Dixon said he has 3 critters sitting on my business website. Sold all but 5. I need 5 left for customer orders.
There we go.
God, that's hot.
I updated Clipper, and my Raspberry Pi MCU, the firmware on it is too old. So I had to update the firmware on the Raspberry Pi.
Is Tim wearing a uniform? He's just got a shirt on and a jacket, hoodie.
No, jacket and hoodie.
Hello, Dixon.
I don't know
Here's
what
a
that
link if
stands
anybody would
for.
like to pop in. If I know you, you're welcome to come in on camera. Are you retired? Good. Yeah, I've been retired for like 11 years now. I don't miss getting up at 3 or 3:30 every morning and dying in the heat and, working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, whatever in construction. That's the last thing I did for the last 20 years. Then I was a delivery driver before that. Hey, Betty Boop. What's going on, wife?
The hell? Oh.
There's the gut of the 2.4.
Yeah, I remember them days.
Tim, what kind of board is that in there?
That's an octopus.
Okay.
My Hypercube wiring isn't that clean, but I got everything mounted on the back of the machine.
I just messed this part up today. This is the plug for the beacon probe, so I just ran that today, and I'm taking I took the covers off of the printer, so I got rid of some of the the Nevermore.
I wanted to say something like this too.
Hey Vince, how you been?
Show the other one what my wife said.
I like that. I've been retired several times.
I know. What's that movie? I leave and they keep bringing me back in. What movie is that?
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't have to work anymore. I got a notification a couple of days ago that I'm 100% on disability now.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure what movie that is.
I got the notification 2 days ago.
Hmm.
And I asked them if I'm allowed to go to school. I still want to do something. I not want to sit at home all day.
Sick and tired of work. I got retired every morning.
A couple of years
sorry.
before I retired, I got on Amazon. I bought a countdown timer. It counts down backwards. You just enter in it when you retire, and then every day you look at it, it counts down backwards. So that's what I had. Took a long time. We were watching the clock. Oh, it's from The Godfather, Kenny?
Yeah, sounds right.
Ah,
And speaking of Godfather, I went to a place called Cod, C-O-D, Codfather the other day, and I had some British fish and chips, and it was really good. Awesome. I done a little video on it. A few
that's a
things
cool
I
name
should have
for,
put in the video I didn't, but it's really good.
that's a cool name for a seafood restaurant. Codfather.
Yeah. The guy that owns it, runs it, he used to, I guess, be a chef or a cook for Kiss, the band Kiss.
Hmm.
$18 more years of work. All right. And, well, one thing about working and watching the clock, the days are longer. Time is slower if you have a job because you probably don't like being there. And you're always watching your watch, waiting for time to go home. It takes forever for the end of the day to come. When you're retired, it goes by zing like that.
Hoink!
Yeah. It goes by really quick because when you're at home doing stuff or whatever you're doing.
It's like once I'm past Tuesday, forget the rest of the week. It's like, boink. And before I know it, I'll be out in Boulder City hanging out 6 feet under. There's a veteran cemetery out there.
Yeah, things are too expensive for that nowadays. You just put me in the oven to get rid of me.
Well, but I already, I got it coming. So did everybody see my little toy in the background there? Yeah, that thing.
The other one. What is that? Fiber laser?
Yep. It's not set up yet, though.
Nice.
The Halcyon 120 watt.
And then I got a 130 CO2 out in the garage. That's 35 by 55. So yeah, I'm like with Jerry. I'm swinging more towards the laser than I am 3D printing.
Well, I've always been in all hobbies, but I'm kind of getting burnt out on 3D printing, and I got so much stuff, spent so much money on filament. And like Kenny says, he wants to use his bamboo primarily to make functional parts, not just stuff. But I have miles and miles of just stuff, knickknacks, dust collectors. Yeah. So I just need to refocus on what I'm doing in my life.
Yeah, and like right now, I'm having a problem with adhesion. That's why I keep going back and forth. I'm trying to print the vent for the set by the by this fiber, for the exhaust vent, or should I say suction for it, for it to go outside. You know what I'm talking about, right, Jerry?
Exhaust fan, yeah.
Yeah, the exhaust, the part that sets by the laser. It's made of plastic.
Okay. Yeah, I got one. I printed one. You want me to send you the file?
No, I got one.
Okay.
I'm having a problem with adhesion right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new person coming to the stream that hasn't been here a long time, and his name is Rob Mink, baby belt guy.
Hey guys, how you doing?
How are you?
Hey Rob.
Hey,
doing well. The mink coat guy.
Hey Tom, it's been a while. How you doing, bud?
Doing. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Where you been? You been okay? How's your health doing?
My health is finally, I believe, resolved for a while. The tick-borne illnesses that almost killed me, and then the eye injury, and then the motorcycle accident that almost killed me, and then they found a tumor doing CT scans after the motorcycle accident, but that's all resolved now. It's benign, so that's great. And I
Where's the tumor at in your head?
I wish. It's on my adrenal gland, so that's why I've gained some weight and been more tired and stuff like that too. And it was growing slowly when I had the Lyme disease stuff going on too. So it was like a triple whammy of having no energy. Hey, Blasto, how you doing, bud? And Pete, I saw you pop in there too. Yeah, but that's all hopefully all resolved. Thousands of dollars of CT scans and metabolism tests and stuff like that. And I'm planning on going to Rocky Mountain Rip Rap Festival. I bought tickets and plane tickets and hotel rooms and stuff. So
you guys are lucky that you get those stuff. In the Netherlands, you don't have those kind of events.
Yeah, we have it in Europe.
Where?
England. 7th of March.
It's on the other side of the water.
Manchester.
No, I mean in the Netherlands. No. They don't.
You're in Netherlands. Like I'm curious if I drove further to go to the Midwest Rip Rap Festival than it would take you to drive to go to. Well, obviously you can't drive the whole way. Well, isn't there a tunnel now? I guess.
Does anybody know if the cloud is down on Bamboo? I don't have mine on right now, so I don't know. Is anybody on Bamboo right now?
If I go to England, I have to go to France first, then with the car on the train, and then go to England.
Okay.
My handy app is working. Everything else is working, so I don't think so.
Well, when you send a file to the printer, then it's got to go up and down, real fast. So, or it's working for you, Derek. All
right. Try switching off your printer on and off. That mostly works for me.
Vincent, I'm sorry, you're in the Netherlands or in Norway?
In the Netherlands. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that like all the same place?
No, there's a big difference between those.
Well, I've seen a map on Facebook this morning. I thought Australia was very small. It's overlaying the U.S. and it's almost the same size.
Australia's huge.
America is just slightly bigger, but yeah, it's almost the same size when they're overlaid. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the third largest country. China, us, and then
Russia and Australia too.
No, Australia's bigger than Russia.
For us, it is a 3-hour drive.
It used to be
a 3-hour drive. That's it.
From one side to the other side of the country.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. I was looking and it says it's about 6 hours, 6.5 hours for you to drive to London, Vincent.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah, but the problem is I only got a moped. I don't got my driver's license. So
that would be torture on a moped, yes.
And I'm living in a city now that almost has no public transportation. So I have to go from here with a bus. Takes me an hour to get to like the city of Rotterdam or something. And from there I can take a train to France. And from France I can go with the Eurostar, if I'm correct, to England.
Okay.
So basically, I have to go back to the middle part of the Netherlands to go back to France.
Don't you guys have like really crazy driver's license laws, and that's why a whole bunch of really good rally drivers come out of your country?
It's very, very, very difficult to get your driver's license here, especially the written part, because I still don't got my written part. The driving is going okay, but the written part.
How much money have you already invested? Hundreds of dollars in it, and you still don't have it?
Over 4,500.
Over 4,500.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Driver's license every hour costs you about 60 euros. Every exam that I did, because I need a special exam because of my disability, that's 128 for the written exam. If you fail, you have to pay it again. And then your main exam before you get your driver's license is a little bit over 300. And then you have to get your driver's license. That's another 60 or 70 euros, I think.
Wow.
And you need at least, it's mandatory at least that you need 15 driving hours, at least. So 15 times about 60 euros. Yeah, it's so expensive.
I seen a thing on TV a long time ago about how what London cab drivers go through. Those guys that drive those black things, what they go through, for all the training and how they have to learn all the maps and.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's very difficult to get a driver's license, especially for me.
Do you drive on the right or the left?
Right.
No.
Okay, so you're like America then.
But for me, it's difficult because my how do you explain that? I can do everything physically, learn very quickly, but if I learn in books, I'm gone. I lose after 3 pages. I lose the rest. I don't know what it is, and that's my problem with the written exam part. So I failed like 10 times or something.
What is the car over in Europe? It looks like sort of like a VW, but it's not. And it probably has like a sewing machine motor in it. And it's tiny, but it's got the same shape almost like a VW.
I'm thinking of T-Op, but it's probably a name I've never heard of.
Because over when I was in Germany, I rode one of those, and man, I thought I was going to die. I said, man, if this thing rolls over, I'm going to have to pick it up and flip it back over.
We got a little car that's a Smart.
Yeah,
it's got like 800cc engine.
Yeah, this thing was tiny.
Yeah, that's the smallest basically, or a Mini Cooper. Those things are fast.
My sister has a Cube. It's white. I call it a milk truck. It's really, really tiny. It's a little box. It's real little.
Yeah. Now I was driving my driving lessons in a Volkswagen electric Volkswagen. So
hey, Kenny, Google that.
One little cars. Look at the Japanese cars.
Google that word.
Kenny, though, the most scared I've been was in the back seat of a cab in Cairo. It was probably like a little old Russian car, like a Yugo or something like that. I don't know.
Lada.
It was a Lada. Yep.
I drove one.
Lada.
I drove
They
one.
were tearing around at 1,000 miles an hour through like intersections, ignoring all street signs, everything else. I'm in the back, just, it was not a fun experience.
What is no seatbelts in that thing?
Nope, no seatbelts.
No, exactly.
Hey, on YouTube, look up, later on, because it's a cool website. Garage 54. They do all kinds of cool stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
A Citroen C series. I did use those things at a mechanic shop.
Yeah, they do all kinds of crazy stuff to Ladas.
Yeah.
I think Top Gear UK put one of those Ladas, the Citroens behind a jet engine, a 747 or something like that, and ran the engines up to speed.
I drove one when I was working at a car shop, and the stick shift version, it's really weird because you've got a handle and you have to pull it backwards and then shift it like this and then pull it back, and it's a real weird system. But that thing always started. Yeah, so I'm still driving my moped because basically I was living near the city of Rotterdam, and parking for cars was so expensive. From A to B with the moped was much faster than using a car. That's why I never got my driver's license.
Who here's got one of those Flash Forge Adventurer printers?
I would love to have my first car back. God, I would love to have my first car back.
Lama, I don't have any. Sorry?
Tom was asking about a printer.
Yeah.
The Flash Forge Adventurer.
That's a laser, isn't it?
Smashing. It's like a bamboo-ish printer, but it's on sale right now for $299, fully enclosed.
Wow.
Wow, $299. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to buy one. I really ain't got $300 to blow, but
it sounds like a Temu special, actually.
No, that's on Amazon. It's been there. It was actually. I have a feeling they screwed up because the first 24 hours, it was $100 off. So it's $399. It was $100 off at $299, and they had a $100 coupon, so it was $199. And I have a feeling whoever did their Amazon listing screwed up, and it was supposed to be either the coupon or the $100 off, and they applied both.
Okay, which one is it? Flash Forge Adventure?
Over the place for $199, but that went away fast. But even still, at $299, the few people I know that have gotten one say they're
okay. Which one? I'm on Amazon looking at them. Which one?
The M5.
Okay, here I'm seeing it for $399. Save $100.
Yeah, then click on it. It says there's a $100 coupon.
Okay, I'm going to post it in chat. Yeah, Amazon screws up all the time. on Facebook, my son, and you can join groups on Facebook that does nothing but look for screw ups and give you deals.
Yeah, I have a feeling because it was $1.99 for like 6 or 8 hours. Everyone was freaking out over it.
Okay, here's an affiliate link. One of my affiliate links to that, if anybody's interested for that Amazon. But yeah, that's
the
a
other
good deal.
thing is,
$3.99.
if you buy it and then you buy some of their filament, and they actually Flashboard makes actually halfway decent PLAs and stuff. You get another 20% off when you buy a roll of PLA with it.
220 by 220 by 220.
Yeah, too small.
Wow, that's
not
perfect.
For $2.90. Not for $2.99. It's not too small.
No. It's a great price, but I'm just saying, if I was wanting another printer, it's too small.
It's fully enclosed and it does this stuff really well.
Yeah, it's a great price for what it is.
Bamboos do. And it's 220. It's not 200. So 220 isn't bad. That's Ender 3 size.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fully enclosed. It can do. You can actually do high temperature stuff. Like it's made to do ABS and polycarbonate, which is my other interest. I'm seriously thinking about ordering one right now. Like right now.
If you're in the market,
I would have $300 to blow, but I just might do it.
Oh, Vince is sharing screen here. Here we go.
Well, if I didn't spend $14,000 on lasers, I would get it.
The M5 is enclosed.
Hold on, it's stuck.
They are both fully enclosed. The Pro has an air filter.
Let me check the entire screen.
Okay.
It works. I got some problems with my PC. So
I'm just staring at it. It says right on it, fully enclosed.
So what I'm doing is I've used the bamboo slicer and then printing it with a K1. Especially with multiple items, it's better because in the bamboo slicer the bed goes down before it hits another print.
I got a friend that's got the M5. It is fully enclosed. Has a door, has a top. It's fully enclosed.
Right here it says PLA, ABS, PETG, TPU, PLA, CF, and then
all metal hot end.
It says ASA enclosed enclosure needed. But
oh, you know what? I'm not seeing any side panels on it. You're right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Josh.
I really don't care about it being fully enclosed.
Hey, Josh, way down there at the bottom. How you doing?
Hey, bud. How's everybody doing?
Josh.
I thought I sent you a link. Maybe I forgot because every Friday I go down through.
Fully enclosed.
Yeah, if you've ever messaged anybody on Facebook and you go down through it, I messaged one person and then I got to find the next person and the next, and they're all mixed up. So I got to scroll back through the same names and try to see who didn't I already send a link to. Yeah, what have you been up to, buddy?
I'm here. I got here, so it's okay. Word travels. The Jerry show's going on. My dad had some health issues going on that has relieved itself, and he's back home, and things are back to normal. But now, yard work and everything like that, he needs some help with. So I've been back there helping him. And other than that, I got published in Make Magazine. So that was super exciting. Issue 88 is out on the shelves, and that is a very humbling experience to go to Barnes & Noble and know that you're in a magazine. So
I don't think I've ever even looked at an issue of Make Magazine, but I've heard about it. But that's cool.
It's fun. It's been around for a while. It's how I got introduced to 3D printing. I have the first issue that came out, so I've been following it for a while. So it's nice to actually have an article in one of them.
Congrats.
Didn't that disappear for like 6 months and then come back? Someone bought it and brought it back.
It did, like anything else, businesses shift, and I think it was maybe around 2010 when we had, good recession going on, and I think they had to lay off a good amount of people to keep the publication going, as well as just, I forget the guy's name who made the MakerBot CNC and the magazine and everything, but he wasn't he wasn't really liked for a while by a lot of people. It's like one of those things where you have to.
He was a good designer, not a great businessman. I know who you're talking
about.
Yeah,
yeah, and then you're making decisions that lay off 45% of the people that work for you, just literally so you can sustain the business, and it's really hard when you're like, do we cripple it and lose it altogether, or do we unfortunately lose half of our staff? And
unfortunately, he tried to keep everything U.S. made, and he just couldn't.
I think Rob maybe knows a little better than I do, but the MakerBot CNC was one of the first to have belt printing, or the ability to have the belts to push prints forward. So that was locked down with that for quite a while. I think just until the CR30 came out, that's when everything came out of being locked up with that.
Kind of. It was belt printing had been around for a while.
Really made it popular.
What was that?
The White Knight was the first really super popular.
Yeah. By Carl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the guy. Big. I mean, they were out before that, but he's the one that really made it take off.
Yeah. Oh, he made that beautiful. That printer was beautiful.
That thing was gorgeous. It still is.
He's talking about making a White Knight version 2.
Yeah. Well, he made a smaller version. What the hell did he call it? Peasant or something. I don't know.
He was talking to me about ways to make it so that you could plug in a second, like an output roller that would be motorized and run off the same stepper drivers, would interrupt and turn off, electrically with a connector, turn off certain motors and turn on other motors when you plug things in. I was like, oh yeah, no, I can help you with that. And so I don't know. He got married and he's having other life things going on. So I wish the best for him with whatever he's doing now.
He was a big reference to Creality. He helped Creality get that thing off the ground with what's her name there?
Woo? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he talked to me and even made a revision of the baby belt too. So
Josh, you want me to put the posters
all the time?
Yeah, Jerry. So if no one knows about the Ember prototypes, they're on Twitter posting what they've been doing, but they're offering PEI coded logos in your plates, and so that gets kind of like tattoo branded into your bottom first layer. So if you've got some custom logos or custom designs you want to have on your first layer, they're relatively priced good for what they are. And I know he's going on vacation and pre-orders are ending soon, so I got my order snuck in today, and I just wanted to encourage anybody else to do the same. I think, they're climbing the roller coaster as far as popularity goes, and they're just about to drop. So I'm looking very forward to them and what they're doing.
One second, back room. I see you. Yeah. Well, that's really cool.
Nice.
So it, to my knowledge and from what I'm hearing, works a lot better with black and darker surfaces for print material. I personally did one for Pet One with the recycling logo, so I can try to get it onto my Pet One material. I think it's a great idea for people who are worried about where their material might be going at the end of the day for recycling. So some people want to have that branding for the recycling numbers for their areas. So that's a great, I think, initiative for that. If you're looking for different kind of things to, just have information, you can put your URL on there and You never know who's looking at the bottom of your prints, but just like your bottom of your print can be the top of your print. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Zach is popping in. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hi, everyone. How
Zach.
is everybody doing?
Doing
Fellow
well.
makers,
Good.
fellow creators, fellow creative people.
Let me go back up on chat where Zach's saying hi.
Hi, hi.
And every time there's
Yeah,
nine in here, I feel like the Brady Bunch.
I was going to pop in, Zach. Yesterday afternoon, I was watching a show on Netflix, and I went back over to YouTube. I was going to pop in your chat. You just left.
you just missed me by a second, but I'm doing those live streams once in a while. Now 2 in a row. The next Friday, I won't be doing any live stream, I guess. I'll see.
Kenny,
I see.
Kenny, here's a question for you.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, 7 is what I paid.
And the brand
Yep.
name is Hal Ken.
Rob, how's the printer going?
Which one?
The
The
Crooked
Crooked
Crow.
Crow. The Crooked
Yeah.
Crow. I need to work on it some. I'm hoping to have a video of it to take with me in all the different modes at the Rocky Mountain Rip Rap. I'm gonna bring for the bigger projects that I can't fit and carry on. I'm planning on making a video and having it on a laptop that loops.
Monitor goes the distance.
Well, I have some big 17-inch laptops, so yeah.
Jerry Cooper, if you
Nice.
contact Pascal Lou on Facebook or email Hal Tien, mention me, and he'll give you a great deal.
A
Hey, Zach.
fantastic deal.
Zach,
Tell
if
him
you want
Jerry
to
sent you.
if you
And
want to talk about
Up in chat, if you scroll up, it'll pop up again. There's a link there to their Alibaba store and their main website, but you order through their Alibaba store. But just email Pascal.
Has anybody else gotten into like high flow nozzles with the oh my god, I'm killing the name on it, but they got like a triangle inside of them and everything.
the CHK or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got some knockoffs just in one of the high volume throats. I'm trying to get someone eventually needs to pry me away from 4-in-1 color mixing and like bring me to the pasture and shoot me.
No, I would just let you go. I want to see that. I will grab my phone and actually record this.
I would like to see the 4-in-1.
Trying to just like come up with like anything else. You've got only 1 or 2 brands that are playing with it at this point, and only in my mind really 1. And flow and heat and retraction, that's all stuff that you got to have dialed in correctly. And I don't know if has anybody else ordered nozzles from PCBWay, like a custom nozzle or anything like
No, I
that.
haven't. Jerry
Should
Cooper, do you see it on the screen? Write it down.
So I'm ordering a custom head that I'm working on for Pet One, but I'm kind of more curious. When I was working with M3D stuff, they had a certain thing dialed down where the I think Rob, you're working with one with your baby belt now where it's got the longer nozzle. Is that E3Ds?
Yeah, I have the E3D Revo as an option with the nipple nozzles, that the
So like
non-planar nozzle.
That
But
nipple nozzle, is that like that's like almost a 1/2 inch long?
It's pretty darn long, but I've been mainly switching over to the bamboo hot ends, knockoff bamboos, just because they're not a third of the cost of the printer otherwise.
So that style nozzle would be very very useful for 4-in-1 or even 5-in-1. At this point, I've seen 6-in-1 color mixing.
Wow.
Just to have that detail get really almost to a 0.2 nozzle would work the best. Just to have mixing get not toothpastey. That's cool. So I saw that earlier. Is that a phaser laser? Like phaser
Fiber laser. That's
great.
Kenny's 120 watt that he bought. Kenny, you want to talk about it?
And I have the extension on the bottom right now of the tower. Excuse me. But
So
I'm
does that
probably be taking off that extension and just have the regular tower.
Yeah,
And
that is the same extension. That's the same extension I got. Yeah.
does that blow a hole to China?
Probably. It's a 120 watt.
Holy cow.
So, and then I got a 130 CO2 in the garage that's pretty new. And that's a
I'm looking-
35 by 55 CO2.
Send me a picture of the one in the garage. Do you have it there handy? You can.
It's on my Facebook.
All y'all are laser heads.
Okay, I'll go to your Facebook.
Working on some stickers, and I don't want to hand scribe on the sticker, even though I think I might have to with a Sharpie. I was thinking of a low powered, maybe $100 laser. Does anybody recommend something, or even if I should just avoid this idea?
Say it again.
So I'm working with like stickers, and I want to brand numbers, build numbers into them rather than handwrite it.
Serialize a series of stickers.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be crazy expensive nor crazy powerful. Any recommendations?
You can probably do that on a diode.
Yeah. And Josh, I was saying, I came up with, when I was in California for 3 days with a friend of mine, I shipped out one of the Recreator stripped out printers. It was just like a frame of an ender. And we flipped the gantry, the vertical gantry on its side, horizontal, and turned it into a laser platform in like
that rig's fun. I mean, that's
6 hours of playing.
More or less what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Tim would probably have a good answer for that, since he has a diode. He has a business where he screen prints and makes all kinds of signs. So, Tim, what do you think about his question?
I've never dioded any stickers before, so I'm not sure. I just mainly deal with stickers on vinyl.
3D printing professor kind of demoed something that was, I guess, vinyl-y. It sounded like he had something that was similar to what I was ordering from.
Take care, Tim. You have an awesome day, my friend.
Yeah, I got to run. So, sorry, guys. Talk to you soon.
That's all right.
Bye.
Yeah.
And so it looked more like it burnt and stunk than it looked pretty. I almost like I should probably just write out by hand.
You can always do a plotter.
True. Actually,
if you have some old
there you go. I think about the plotter. I didn't even think about the plotter.
Yeah,
okay, guys, I'm going also because I have to get some food. I didn't eat for the whole day, so.
Oh yeah.
Take care, Vincent. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Just get a dye sub printer.
Last week on LaserMaker's Realm with Patrick.
Jet dye sub. So it doesn't just rub off when it gets wet like a regular inkjet does.
Last week on LaserMaker's Realm, there was somebody in chat asking
laser printer.
If any of us knew of a program where they take an image and turn it into an STL. And actually, you can do that with most CNC software. You can take an image and you can turn it into an STL, so you can carve it, just export it as an STL, and then print it.
That's probably one of my favorite features.
There's always a lithophane.
Every slicer will take an image and make it into a 3D print. Any one of them. Well, the 4 major ones: Idea Maker, Kiara, Prusa Slicer.
It's super fun to think how far slicers have come just within the last few years.
I deleted Simplified 3D off my computer that I bought years ago because it's a complete waste of time, and Bamboo Slicer rocks, period.
That software saved me. Like, if it wasn't for Simplified 3D, I would not be 3D printing. I was using Matter Slicer, I think.
Oh, God.
And that killed
that
me.
Was the worst.
I had the horrible time with supports that were more or less part of my print, and what was I doing? What was I doing? I just couldn't figure it out. And so eventually it was Christmas time. I had some extra money. I said, Merry Christmas. and bit the bullet. And it was the best $150 that I felt at the time was like part of 3D printing. Like, oh, this is how you get great 3D prints. You pay good money for good software. It's crazy to think the free stuff's caught up to it.
Let's give away a roll of filament, one roll of Polymaker. You must be present in chat. Anywhere in the world they ship to, it will be shipped to you. We're going to draw one winner right now. We got 29 people entered. And after, I'll put my email in chat. Once you win and you're in chat, simply email me. And later on today, I will send you the form you fill out. And then Polymaker will send you out the 2 coupon codes that you need. So, yeah, simply type in hashtag Polymaker in chat for a chance to win. And here we go, guys. Let's do a countdown from 5. 5.
Oh my God.
4.
They're doing the giveaway.
3. No one's talking. 2.
2, 1. Woo.
1.
Let's go.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Anybody but Matt German.
Come on.
Derek.
Oh, see, my name came up.
Wow, wow, wow.
I'm right here.
Congrats.
Just logos, 3D printing.
I know Derek won like a month ago and he'd already left and I had to redraw. Let's see if he's here now. Derek, are you in chat?
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he just said hello.
He said hello.
Yeah.
Here he is. Awesome, Derek. I'll send you the link later. Congrats. I know how to get a hold of you, so I won't put my email in chat, so don't worry about it. Or actually, I will need your email. So let me type it in here.
You know, going back to Simplify 3D, I think if they had lowered their price initially to something more reasonable, if they'd have been under $100, they were like $99. I think they would have survived.
They waited too far in between and had too many false promises.
Well, they ran out of money. And their problem is I don't think they were getting enough share. $150, most people wouldn't spend. It's that if they'd have been $99, more people I think would have bought it. Like a lot more people, they would have had more funds to keep going.
I mean, that's always the debate. Do you go big and, go after heavy hitters?
All right.
Or do you go small and go after like everybody?
Yeah, and they regulated the crap out of it for no reason. They had very little support. They had terrible support.
I bought
it and it came out the new version, and 2 days later I asked for a refund because I had a lot of issues and it was like a waste of time. So they refunded my money. I bought it, but even back then, I had just started using Idea Maker when I bought it. That's how long ago it was. And I paid what, $150? 2017, I think I paid $150 for it. Yeah, I paid $150 for it. I got like version 1.5 or whatever. And Idea Maker was just really breaking ground, and it was just absolutely smoking it at the time. Yeah. Really, the only advantage Simplify 3D had over all the rest of them was support. And Idea Maker was doing the same support structure.
And I think I got my start with Kira.
I like the way that S3D brought in like their profiles. Like I always felt like their profiles were like really simplified to how other
Idea Maker almost. I never liked Kira. I used it a couple times, but I never liked Kira. Kira's all right. It just wasn't as good. Idea Maker was just. I still use Idea Maker mostly. Every once in a while, I'll use Orca Slicer or Bamboo, but most of the time I still use Idea Maker because it's one of the few that has the alternating shells, and that's an important thing in structural prints.
So now, do any of you feel like one slicer over another, depending on what printer you're using, like may favor better than another?
Very much so for me.
Like I know for me, I have a printer that I want to throw it out the window, but I can only get Kira to really give it a good print. I throw anything else at it, I'm like, this printer is crap, and it needs like a lower crap version of Cura to run it. It's like, why?
Yeah, I'm leaning toward Orca Slicer too. I still can't get Slicer just does not run the freaking Llama Core as well as, Slicer Core, Fusion Slicer, Orca Slicer, Bamboo Slicer. Idea Maker gives me a better print out of it, and I know a lot of it is just me and being used to it, but I've been playing with Orca Slicer, but it still doesn't. I mean, these are TPU, and they're like perfect.
I mean, it's good to be comfortable. I think it's nice to tell people that they should be comfortable once they find something, especially if they're new,
TPU.
rather than like, oh, I got like 20 different brands of filament and they're all 20 different types.
And it like spotless. They're perfectly clean in TPU.
Yeah.
With no supports.
That sounds pretty dense for TPU.
Well, it is, because these are practical. They're clamp boots.
Nice.
You go on wood clamps, so they are pretty solid. They're not quite solid, but they basically are, because there's nothing to them. It's just a shell, the whole thing. But that's the thing. Idea Maker still, Cura actually does it if you know how to do it, but Idea Maker is the only one of the major ones that still does the alternating shell, so it locks the infill and the shell together. None of the other slicers do it.
So
Cura does if you know how to do it.
The cool things with the 2 in and 1 out and 4 in 1 out, and we were doing TPU and PETG at one point as a 50-50 blend.
Hey, Kenny, on your page, you've only got your video and then the box. I don't see a picture of the.
Yeah, you're right. Let me see if I got one on my phone.
All right. Just shoot it to me on Messenger, and I'll import it and show it full screen.
Does anybody have any T-shirt vendors that they like to go through?
T-shirt vendors?
Yeah. I'm using Sticker Mule right now, but I'd like to go somewhere else or have an
Sticker Mule
alternative
actually has
option.
really good T-shirts. They're kind of pricey.
Actually, they're not pricey at all. They're
Yeah,
very good quality and very good price. But
I like their quality.
Redbubble on Twitch, but I've never ordered a shirt from them.
I'm trying to find multiple vendors for multiple people.
I did Spring for a while, and they were okay. They were kind of laggy. See, I like Sticker Mule's T-shirts. I thought they were really comfortable.
See, I hate T-shirts that have a template on it that's very plastic.
Oh.
And oh my God, now I will throw a fit, big man child fit. I need that soft.
Josh, are you telling me something about
Phoenix Skull? Thank you for resubscribing on Twitch. Thank you.
The shirts that you got from Creality last year at Earth?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a conversation with them before the Share Fest and see if they can get some comfier shirts, because those were torturous.
It was very.
You want to wear it afterwards, and you're like, yeah, no, that's gonna go in the back end of the closet,
I was wearing it during Earth, and after that, I never wore it again because I hate the plastic feel of it.
It's like they took literal TPU.
T-shirts that are grabbing my neck. I feel like I'm being choked, and I got to tug on them. I don't like things that are tight on my neck.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Steven.
I grew up without the, I'd have to rip all my tags off. Otherwise, I'd go bananas. And Sticker Mule has just a nice little logo on it. They don't have a sticker. It's nice.
I still love this shirt. I just got it. See what it says?
Stupid isn't a crime, so you're free to go.
It's fun.
All right.
That is kind of funny.
Solid.
Oh, drum roll. I have to admit that's Jerry, you've been doing a good job expanding, and stuff like the drum roll adds flair, and it's always nice to see.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Put your fists up, everybody.
Why are we fisting up?
Where's Steve?
Yeah,
For when
exactly.
things get all antical.
Jerry, I put it on the main page.
Yeah.
You have done what to it?
I uploaded to the main page.
Oh, okay. Let me go back here and look for it.
Oh,
wow. That's pretty. How much was that one? I like that. I'll ask you privately if you don't want to say. That is really sweet. I can go to their website and look it up.
Well,
Yeah, here's Kenny's. Here, Kenny, I'm going to show the picture instead of me talking about it. You explain what we're looking at.
That's the CO2 that's in the garage, and I got an 8-inch. I got an 8-inch exhaust on it, and on the other side of the plywood is the cooler. So there's something on the other side of that plywood. That's a cooler.
Chiller.
Yeah, chiller. Hello. Anyways, but yeah, it's 35 by 55. CO2 laser.
And it's got a pass through. If you ever wanted to pull it out, you could run all the way through doing something.
Yeah. And that was 7, and then the one behind me was 7. So yeah, 14,000 in lasers.
What was the shipping on something that big? Or do they have a special where you got it free shipping?
That was free.
Oh, good. Because shipping for something that big would be astronomical.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's free.
Did that come out of China? Did they have it in stock in California?
Yeah, it came out of California, Ontario.
Oh, nice. That's a beautiful machine.
And it's a big laser.
Looks like a queen size bed there.
And then I got my laptop on that table beside there. You know, I gotta pick one up at Costco.
Fake tanning in.
Big tanning bed, yeah.
Yeah, you can tan yourself in the laser. Go right ahead, man. Dare you. Crawl right in there. Kick it on.
Yeah, Phoenix, I think we said it
right to the bone.
$7,000, right?
Yeah, it was 7.
And then you upgraded the lenses on it on the.
Yeah, another 150, 170. Yeah, American Photonics. They're out of Florida.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Rob.
I don't know what's going on with their political. I bought my stickers when they're cheap enough. I buy them there. Everybody has an opinion, so whatever.
There's been so many good refurbished, unrefurbished deals lately. It's killing my wallet moths. They're angry.
Yeah, my rat rig went bye-bye, by the way.
Oh,
what
yeah?
happened to it?
I sold it.
It's actually it's good for big signs and clear acrylic. That are the two main reasons I would want one in my garage. For doing large signs and acrylic clear. What are Kenny's reasons for wanting it?
Because I could.
He wants to be like the Joneses.
That is the best reason.
Yeah. Because you can.
All right, here's what happened. Okay. 3 years ago, I bought a house. Okay. Since then, I built up a lot of equity. Okay. And being veteran, I was paying $225 for my interest rate. Refinancing, I was able to pay off my truck, which was over $50,000, pay off my tankless water heater, pay off, which was about $8,000, pay off a credit card, $6,000 credit card, cash out of almost $20,000. And my interest rate only went to 620, and my payments are the same as overall because I no longer pay for the truck. I already have the title for it. What would you do? So yeah, buy some toys.
Buy two lasers.
I'd
I bought some
refinance.
toys.
I'm no longer going to refinance because of the way the rates are right now, but I've refinanced here like 5 times. I bought my dually I used to have my F350 years ago. I bought my land and my prump. I built a huge 2-story garage on it. I bought my 5th wheel that I no longer own. I no longer have all those 3 things I just mentioned, but that was in a refinance years ago, pulling out equity.
Well,
and last week there was a TFU show, and I went to town there too.
Okay.
Zach, have you looked more into your Z-Core design since we spoke last?
Yeah, I actually put out a video.
You did. I missed it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it can happen. Everybody is busy.
Looks like the Orange Gig is a great big lemon. No one's getting anything done properly on them.
So this is basically what I have so far.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is just a mock-up, but wheels are ordered, and stepper motors, there need to be a different kind of bracket on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
looking good, buddy.
Yeah, I have my own take of it here.
But basically, the aluminum extrusions, they are going to be black because that looks more nicer. Mm-hmm. Did you got it working?
I was not able to get it working with your belt design. It looks a little crooked here.
Yeah, it is.
It does look crooked.
Yeah, because the way your belts were laid out, at least on your video that I interpreted it, you could push the gantry here side to side, and there was nothing keeping it from going side to side without this going diagonal as well. So I redid it so that one motor is just X-axis, and the other one is X and Y as a combination.
Can you turn it around a little bit? No, the other way around. Why is there just one belt for the X-axis?
Because, like I said, I reworked it because otherwise, if you move it side to side here, there's nothing to keep it from sliding side to side if you have 2 belts going on the same path. If you look at the design, you think about how this is set up, and I'm sorry, no, it looks a little phallic. There's nothing will prevent the carriage, the X-axis, from going back and forth, and the Y from going with it.
I was gonna say it looks like Conky from Pee-wee. You could do something fun with it, man. Like, I don't know, it looks fun.
So my idea to redo it was to take one motor and have it just do X, and one motor do a core.
I mean, it makes complete sense. I've got your other one right here, and like, yeah, like, you know, like it can slip here or there, and if it jars itself, so now that allows it to have more robustness, right?
Well, Josh, this is a totally different motion system than the baby belt that you have there. The one you have there is just an XY factor.
Yeah.
One motor for X, one motor for Y. This has one motor for X and one motor that does X and Y as a function together. Zach's Z-Core does like a Core XY gantry printer, but in this format. But I couldn't get it to work. Maybe I misinterpreted it. I don't know. But this is my spin on it, and Zach and I were discussing it earlier. So I wanted to show I hope I'm not jumping the gun with you here, Zach, showing it on camera.
No problem. I mean, I already pushed out 2 videos, but it's basically, yeah, I still need to work on it. I'm going to let it run as a test. I'm going to take a board clipper and then let it run. Let's see what's going to happen. I also need to add some end stops.
There you go, guys.
Let me interrupt for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, John with Tripods Garage.
What?
John.
Tripods.
Hey, Tripod. Hi, Tripod.
Steve, hi, Llama.
Hey, the T from Tripod.
See how it is.
T for Tripod, yeah.
So I come on and then let's see how it is.
How you been?
Just finished assembling that thing behind me.
Take care, Tom. Have a great day.
That's massive.
It's a 70 watt diode.
What?
Yeah. It's a 70 watt, and it's the IKEA 70 watt diode. I'm like, it's just massive.
Have you already cut anything with it?
No, I just literally spent. I had lurking. Well, I couldn't just had you guys on video. I didn't hear any of what you guys were talking about. So
yeah,
continue trash talking me without worry. So don't worry about it.
No, I'm thinking 71 on the diode. When are they going to get done with their numbers? And can it really do what it says it does? And or does it just really burn everything black really quick? I mean, we'll have to wait to come out with your video and see. But
I don't know. I come into the expectation with more watch just mean faster processing. I'm not the person that will ever suggest to just, it'll cut a 2x4. No, it just means that you can be more efficient with what you're doing.
Use the right tool for the right job. If I want to cut a 2x4, I got a chop saw in the garage.
Yeah.
Or a skill saw. Yeah.
Yeah. And, but I mean, for you're doing like 1/4 inch or something. Yeah. I mean, why not use a laser? It's fine. But above that, I don't see a purpose of it. And plus,
you want to see something? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but here's something Kenny bought. Right tool for the right job. Check this out.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Kenny got that?
Yeah.
Oh, I still have to fire up my Mira 7 over there. That hold on, let me right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the one your wife won that one, right?
Yeah. I'm looking to exhaust out the house, but I want to have a remote shutoff valve, so that way bad weather and stuff doesn't, and any humidity won't come back into the laser by having it venting all the time. So I want to have some type of remote or some type of inline shutoff. That way none of that comes in, or any birds or insects. So I mean, screens only help so much.
My Ford going out of the house, it has a metal door on it, so when I'm not using it, it's magnetically closed and has a seal.
Yeah.
Same here.
I did something like that for a friend that has a engraving shop that has some high-powered lasers. Sorry, my bird is going gangbusters. But that when the blower fan turns on, the signal to turn on the blower fan, it opens a shutter, it raises up shutter up, and then it waits 5 seconds, and then it turns on the blower fan. And then when the laser job's done, it'll turn the blower fan off and then wait 5 seconds and drop the shutter down.
Oh, you got a fancy one. Mine's mechanical. I said, you got a fancy one. Mine's, yeah.
Well, the laser system he's using is very, very nice. It's a British fiber laser that you can feed STLs of the model, and it'll map the laser around like 360 degrees of, or not 180 degrees of the artwork using an STL of what you're engraving on. So you can do round objects with 2 rotations, like just
there's
picking
some
it up.
Cadillacs out there for lasers. I mean, I'm not saying I got the Pinto, but I mean, Zone Tech, which I know is not top brand name, because I think Tripod just showed the one off the side. That was that one that starts with an A, right?
The Mira 7, the Eon, that's really is one of the
that's
top prosumer ones you can get.
Yeah, like Mom with a Laser, I believe. She is like, I think
she's one of their endorsers. Or
I looked at that stuff. I was like, and now that I got this fiber vector and that other one, I probably could have done that deal, but their delivery time was like 4 or 5 months out.
That's what's killing them, is they're offering a fiber laser with basically for free if you buy one of their CO2s. But that's the biggest problem, is there's a large lead time on it.
Yeah, and that's what turned me away from them, was their lead time.
Yeah.
John, how many garage vents do you have? You got 4 garage vents on your house?
Me?
Garage vents, the vents down at the bottom, let air into the garage. The more air you pump out, it's got to come in somewhere.
Oh, I open up the garage door, or I pull in from the foyer in through the garage. But most of the time I'm using a fume extractor. I'm not venting outside, so that's why I've held on the Mira 7 out the house, because I still have to go through all that planning to do something like that. I'm not pushing enough air through right now. And usually the fume extractor could take it, but not when if you're going to be cutting like this and using that high of power, even the X tool or whatever, they're all rebranded. Those fume extractors will get clogged very fast. Those are for more of mild engravings and cutting. So.
And you got to replace the filters in those, or can you wash them out and reuse them?
Oh no, you have to replace it. But it has a pre-filter, a foam filter, before it hits the charcoal filter. That catches a lot, and those are very inexpensive.
Yeah.
The charcoal big boxes are what's expensive. So, yeah.
Better watch how I'm doing.
Fun times, but yeah, that enclosure took me with filming about an hour and like 20 minutes to put together.
Hey, and Jeremy in the laser group, he created this a couple weeks ago with Easter, next weekend, I believe, next weekend?
Jeremy with HCL Customs. Yeah.
Yeah, he created this file.
They'll be on in 2.5 hours.
So, yeah.
He is trying to ignore you, Pete. Don't believe him.
Anyways, I did this on the CO2 yesterday.
That's nice. It's what, 2 layers, 3 layers?
3.
All right, I got to get more than one computer in here. I have more than one PC laptop, but I need to get a switch in here, and because I'd rather have everything on segmented off in the garage for my home network. But yeah,
makes sense.
Sometimes
You never know what you're getting sent. What's on it?
What's that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'd rather have it be land off.
I'm working on a video for this right now for Same Smart. No, that one already put out. I'm working on a video for this one.
I have to hand it to you. I don't have the patience for a CNC. I can't wait for literally Lightburn to come out with theirs. I'm not touching mine until Lightburn has their version out.
Well, if you want a clean garage, you don't get into CNC, and if you don't want any noise, don't get a CNC.
No. Oh, that one when I did the 2 trees, I was just excited to do it. But I had no clue that you had to use G-code senders and stuff. I'm like, really? This is archaic.
It's almost like a fiber laser, feeds and speeds and what you can and can't do. And it's like learning a fiber laser doing CNC work, but with different programs. This one I can increase the size on quite a bit. Liam has one like this, a version 1 that he bought over a year ago. It's version 2. Well, Same Smart, they emailed me. They said, hey, do you want to review this? I'm like, no, it's too little. It's a complete junk. They said, well, if you review that, we'll send you this. I'm like, okay, I'll review it.
That works.
Yeah. That saved me almost $1,700 for both of them. And, if you're a beginner and you don't know if you want to get into it, you want to tinker, here's where you can start for $250. You can tinker with it. You get Carbico Maker for 3 months. They come with some cheap 30-degree V-bits, and you can tinker with it. Then if you maybe really want to get into the hobby, then you buy something bigger and better. Buy many different companies. This is one of many. But Same Smart does have a lot of CNCs.
Now, you were mentioning that you have to use tripods. Tripods guards. You were still mentioning that you have to use G-code senders. Does that mean that they're just like running like an old Arduino with Gerbil on it or something like that effectively?
Well, there's really no, unless you do real CNC, hobbyist CNC, there's really nothing that good out there for that all in one.
Free. Yeah.
One thing we have master controllers, and that's like commercial type software.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, I look at Xcarve, right? I was thinking about them, and then to me, I think they're kind of crap. Especially their early one, their entry level ones that they still sell, compared to what's the other one? What's their competitor? I used to know all this stuff, but now they had the pro version, which is like 10 grand. I'm like, are you kidding me? You really priced yourself way out of the hobby market. And then when I first started with the 2 trees, the 450, I was like, oh, I was excited. I didn't know that anything about G-code senders, right? I was thinking, because I done only 3D printers and lasers. Oh boy, was that a rude wake-up call, So I'm like, yeah, I'm like everything requires a G-code sender. I'm like, this is just awful, for me.
The video I did the other day on the 3018, in the video, you'll see where I scarred the wood in 2 places because when I homed out my X and Y, I forgot to click it in Candle to zero it. And then I done my bit with the paper, if I don't want to use a probe, I forgot to zero it. So I kind of crashed the bit twice.
I saw that. I didn't comment on the video yet, but I watched it.
I said no reason to hide. I'll just explain what happened. I'm getting old. I get forgetful. So that's my excuse.
And stick it to it.
I'll be 60 in June. So yeah, I'm getting old.
66 in June. Ouch.
You'll be 66?
66 in June.
Oh. Yeah, my sister is a week after me, and she'll be 71 or 72. Yeah, I'm glad I'm the baby of the family, you know, when you get older.
Yeah, we got Rob, Josh, and Matt and Zach. They're youngins.
Just hit 41.
What's that, 41?
Yeah.
How old are you, Matt? I'm 37.
I feel like I'm going through a midlife crisis, so I don't know if that happens at 40.
I just turned 50 last month. So
yeah.
I just turned 37 this month.
Well, it's all downhill after 50.
Good, I got 10-year stretch.
We talking about Willis?
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah.
Has anybody else seen Jerry, I'm sending it in private chat, Stefan's latest post?
Oh, with Twitter. That hot glue.
I'm just like, I'm mystified. I
have to say, he's got some creative stuff that he does.
I'm just dumbfounded, man. Like, this fucking guy. Like, I don't know if you can pull it up, but it's worth the view later.
Okay, let me click on it.
And then Nero was like, yeah, I don't know if you'll get the deplatformed for that one.
It's so rough. So
I didn't even know how to comment on that because it's like if I comment one way, I'm being a jerk, and if I comment the other way, I just don't know.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Hot glue gun. How is he squeezing the trigger on that?
Well, it would have to be with the stepper motor. Right?
Yeah,
I don't think he is. I think it's
that's
just
funny.
They just think it's just
hillbilly.
Well, for now. So at the end of the day, though, like
he's a redneck.
it wouldn't
redneck
really.
3D printer.
It wouldn't be hard to add a large stepper to that, and they actually make rope. So they have glue. Like, I think it's at least 50 yards of glue rope.
Yeah, but so with that, you have to, with anyone that knows glue guns, they're not very consistent. So when you squeeze it, sometimes it just literally.
It's like that.
As Jeff Foxworthy would say, if you're too fat and old, you're sitting on the couch, and you got something you want to hot glue, hook it up to your 3D printer with some zip ties, and you might be a redneck or something like that.
So Stefan's working with a lot of different stuff right now that's got like flow rate, and it's almost like the cocoa press. Like, what's your cooling ratio to your flow ratio and your hot ratio to make it all kind of dance? It's a salsa.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head off.
You look like you're gonna fall asleep, Matt.
Get some sleep, buddy.
Thank you for coming. You have a great day, my
friend.
He's
stoned out of his mind.
Thank you.
See you next time.
What? Thanks. We know that you are. So.
Hey, if I didn't like the high, I probably would. I never adjusted to it, so it was not a high that I liked. So I was in my young days. I was more on shrooms than acid. So
I'm not on drugs.
So I'll be all admit it. I'm an open book. Ask me anything.
You're like Salvador Dali. I am drugs.
No, I'm just. No, I don't take drugs. So except my legal drug, what I get from the doctor. That's the only thing where I take my pain medication.
Sometimes that's
the good stuff. Sometimes
I can't stop watching the glue gun.
When I had to have major surgery back in 2019, and they gave me morphine in the hospital, it was like, wow, what's your pain level, Mr. Knapp? 9.
I had to take myself off the morphine drip.
Wow. Yeah, you started feeling like you're turning to mush.
No, it was not that. It's a bind. So when I had colon cancer, the only way for you to leave is to pass gas or pass a stool or both, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was binding me up, man. And 2 days in, I said, and they would give me an injection in my stomach to help.
Oh, that's right. It makes you constipated. That's right. But if you take it too much, you get constipated. Yeah.
So I said, take me off of it. They're like, what? So you just had major surgery. So I know my body, and I'm never going to leave this freaking place if you don't take me off of it. Like, okay. So they, you want anything? Tylenol, whatever. I'll deal with it. So.
Yeah, when they cut me open, they had a machine, and you press a button, and the machine injects you. And other times they give it to me in my hand, and then when they do that, you can feel it like run everywhere really fast. It was crazy.
It was when I had my leg amputated over 30 years ago. It was a morphine drip, but you could press it all you want, but it was still timed. It wouldn't let you, just willy-nilly give it to you. It was like every 3 or 4 hours, and then if you press it, he will give it to you if it's within that time frame of the last dose.
Yeah.
So
wow, that long ago, huh?
Yeah.
30 years. Wow.
Over 35 years ago.
Wow.
So you were 15?
Yeah, 15, almost 16.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, and then I see this video that's I don't even know how to respond or repost it. This guy has a leg and he's eating it from someone that got hit by a train. I'm like, it was in my feed on X. This guy just is chomping away on the sidewalk on someone's leg. I'm like, well, okay.
Algorithms are feeding us some wackadoo stuff lately.
Oh, well, that's
like if you don't like something, they're like, "Oh, you don't like that? Here's some more."
Honestly,
it's crazy.
I rarely block anyone or anything because I really like a diverse feed. I mean, it's like I really try to push the algorithm to give me a lot of junk. Literally, I'm being dead serious. I
mean,
anything
it's good
from
to have both sides of stuff too, but like after a while, if you're like, wow, I'm seeing some horrendous stuff. Like,
lately on Reels though on Facebook, I've been caught into this Indian cooking thread, and it's literally the most hygienic thing you can watch. It's awful.
Here's a blast from the past. Does anybody remember Orgish?
What?
Orgish. Orgish.
No.
It was when this last Desert Storm, or when we went back, and that girl got captured or whatever. Anyways, I was kind of interested in some things, and I ran across a site called Orgish, and it was nothing but that kind of stuff. Somebody getting shot or somebody, everything.
One thing I don't like about YouTube, if you start watching something you normally don't watch, next thing you know, and recommended, you're flooded with the same subject. And then you're like, where's all my 3D printing stuff? So you got to go find it and start rewatching it. I watched something about a week ago that was really gross. Honest to God, somebody's popping pimples on somebody's forehead.
This
is disgusting, but I watched a couple of them because I don't know why, but I did.
Oh my God, it's like a car accident.
I can't watch a vet do that to an animal. I got like, okay.
Yeah. Change some cameras here. We see what he's got there.
All right, so Mayhem. This is the Atzer 70 watt. So it's not fully assembled.
I can do my stickers right.
Look at the size of that module, man.
Goodness. You had a picture of it on like Twitter or something, right? Just holding it in your hand. Yeah.
Stop caressing it like that. It doesn't give you consent.
Does it have a switch to go between different powers?
Yeah, it's right there. So if you want a little bit of juice, or if you want a lot of juice.
Juice me up, brother.
And what brand is that again?
Chris, this video is like, I'm finally going to just say, I'm going to just be me. I'm just tired of it. Okay? I'm just literally, I'm always, Mr. Proper and stuff. I'm just done. I just need to be me on some of these things now. So, but yeah.
Look at Build Dad Build the way he films his stuff.
Who?
So, Build Dad Build, Nick.
Oh yeah, Nick is hilarious.
Yeah.
He definitely pushes the border. So
think you'd have an advantage over filming being tripod.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See. Yeah.
I went to send you something the other day, but I didn't know if it was appropriate. I thought you'd laugh, but I'll send it to you later rather than
everything's
like
appropriate with
posting
me.
it.
And then then I got caught up in that strike thing that I did. Well, I clear the air here right now that I was notified by 3 or 4 different people that someone used a video of mine or clips, 3 separate clips, and that it was that no credit was given. 0. That's what they all said to me.
Did you have nothing like in the description?
There's nothing in the description. And when you do a video, you could do a card in the upper left.
If I saw the little like,
yeah, so
right,
it was very little a credit with almost translucent. So when someone's footage is moving around, it kind of disappeared on a lot of them. And there was 4 creators within 1 minute, almost basically in a minute of 4 creators, just their content. I politely said, because if I say something, it's public, period, with that stuff, right? I went on to the video, I did a comment. I said, hey, this isn't the correct way to use someone's content. There's nothing in the description. There's no cards. There's barely what's called a lower third, like what you see with us right here. Those are lower thirds. And they're bold. You can see who everyone is, right? That's typically how a creator would do it. I politely asked them like 2 times to do it. Didn't do it. Then the other creator jumps on and does the same thing. Doesn't do it. He said, this is fair use, under fair use. I'm like, all we are is asking for is proper credit. We're not asking for anything else, guy. Nothing else.
Just type it in comments since you can't edit the video.
No. So again, you could add the card later. Yeah, you could add the card after post upload, and you could add.
Oh, I've never done that. So after I upload, I could still add something. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you could do both of those after upload.
Okay.
So, and
if you tripod, like send me a screen cap of where you can do that. Like I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, so
I've got several videos that I would love to interject a screen cap or something like where maybe I goofed somewhere.
Oh no, well you could what's called do a when you do a card. Yeah. When you are uploading, it asks where you want to insert cards.
Oh, I hear you.
Into that person's channel, the card will come up right up here.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
Yes. Yeah, and then in the description, just add that person's name, or that's it. That's you do 2 of the 3, and you're still golden.
Video description, would you have been okay? Like, would you have moved on?
Okay, so
as someone who,
I
make videos now, I don't want to like grab somebody else's content and misinterpret.
Let me interrupt for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. We got Rich, the LA hobby guy.
Hey,
Rich,
what's going on there, Rich?
Hey,
so it was me and this other guy. There was 2 more that haven't chimed in yet, and he's like, "I'm going to strike it." I said, "Okay, I guess I will do it too."
Looks like you can't interrupt. I had mine playing in the background, so
I because he kept on saying it was under fair use. Okay, yeah, you can use it, but give the person credit. That's all we asked. And then I wound up striking it, and 3 hours later, it came back and it just removed this video. All it took was 3 hours for them. They said on YouTube.
It's rough to get a copyright strike, guys.
Yes.
It can cripple you so bad.
Right. So he came back. He emailed me. So I went down. I don't know when he saw it, possibly. No clue. But he emailed me around 9 o'clock. And I said, hey, I have no problem. Thanks for reaching out. He had a whole long thing. Again, then he posts this thing about fair use. I'm like, this is a private company, is what Nero just went through. Right, so it doesn't apply the same rules. I said you're using someone's content. I said this could probably be resolved in probably 2 or 3 minutes. Honestly, I'm a fair person. Just give me a ping me, and we'll video or call each other because I don't want to talk.
It's rough when someone knuckles down. You're just like, okay.
So I just literally said what I said here.
John, what did you get a copyright strike for?
No, I didn't. I did it to someone else.
A copyright strike can like cripple your account for 8
Somebody
months.
else's video had clips from him and other people's videos in their video, and they didn't plug the people that they were showing their other videos from.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was barely a plug. It was like a translucent lower third that you
Okay.
could barely see. And that's
If
actually
someone
I
was
corrected the
even like
people that sent it
threatening
to
me
me.
with
I
a
said, no,
copyright
there
strike
isn't.
at this point, I'd be like, "Oh my god, please don't."
Yeah, so he called me. I explained it. I said, listen, man, I don't care that you used it. I don't care if somebody uses my video and says a whole bunch of bad crap about me. Just at least give me credit for that, right? So honestly,
that's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But in this space, with how small of a group that for lasers and 3D printers, I'm the bad guy now, which is fine. Call me the bad guy. You only hearing one side of the story.
You're a bad guy.
Yeah, I am. So he's like, really? That's all I had to do? I said, that's what I told you. And that's what the other creator told you. All you have to do is put that in the description. And if you didn't do a voiceover, then do a card.
Yeah.
Realize that you didn't do that. That's it. And you can do that post-app right after upload. You don't have to do it during it.
Yeah, you can do it. You can add a card anytime you want.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, and he's like, but he's new to it. He's never used.
They have some kind of a new feature.
You got me
now.
curious now. I gotta go to a couple of mine and check that out.
You can do it anytime, Josh.
Yeah, they have a new feature now in there where you can put in a disclaimer now. I forget what it's called, but
so
I saw it a couple of weeks ago.
You mentioned oh my god, I just blanked. A clip, or like it brings up like a 5x7 or something, right? And you can fill that up with like another video's information or anything in general. Like,
yeah.
Can you put like a random banner in there?
I've never used it, so I don't know.
Used what?
But
Or
I
is it
do know
just-
that this year YouTube has a couple of new features, and that's one of them where you can't necessarily edit the video, but you can like overwrite a certain part of it.
So like it's more or less like just tagging a creator, or is that what it's doing?
I really don't know because I haven't used it yet.
Yeah,
but I did see it in the when I was editing. I was adding
Recently.
a card. First off, I can never add cards because wherever I put them, they don't show up.
I spend actually a lot of time
and that just
scrubbing
doesn't
through to put them where I need to.
It just doesn't work for me. I mean, I'll get right to the exact spot where I want it to go in, and I'll put it in there. And I've done it by filling everything out. I've done it by just putting in the link, and it just doesn't. It shows up 15 minutes later or something.
Hey, Rich, you're going live in 3 hours 15 minutes. What's going on today? What are you gonna be doing?
Today we are having a couple of special secret guests come on the show, and we're doing a couple of projects for Easter. So
Cool.
it's going to be, there's only a week left, and I'm going to have. I already have the download all set up, ready to publish. And Jerry, actually, you'll be getting a copy of that in just a few minutes in your messenger.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to have a zip file with 3 awesome files in it. And probably the first half, we're going to be, hey, Bob, probably the first half, we're going to be talking to some guest creators that are coming on board and announcing our departure in about a week and a half to the ISA show in Orlando.
Oh, nice.
And this year they've got just a ton of laser companies there. So in fact, the list is so long, we're going to be doing 3 live streams from Orlando every night. We're going to go out through the auditorium during the day and talk to the people and do some B-roll video. And then I got another hard drive, a 1 terabyte WD Black just for that, which I needed anyway afterwards. But we're going to record all of the B-roll. I've got a new camera with motion tracking, and we're going to be recording it in 4K, even though we're broadcasting in 1080p. It'll be a nice clean videos, and we're going to go and do interviews of these people, and of course, give them little hints that they might want to not pack up that laser, just throw it in the back of my truck. Save them some
really.
work.
Yeah, Kenny
don't need to
got
bring
a
that
new
home.
toy. I don't know if he's seen on Facebook, but here's Kenny's 120 watt Hal 10 fiber laser that he got.
Nice.
And then check this out. That is
Jeez.
huge.
150 watt?
130.
130. Yeah. Okay.
That's monstrous. He's got an 8-inch duck on it.
Yep.
Very cool.
Nice. Kenny's going places in the world.
No kidding.
I remember when he first started. He started with a diode laser, and it was just like a part-time hobby for him. Now he's getting into the hobby full time.
Yeah, I think
he's getting the real stuff.
Now you got to get your YouTube channel going, and get some live streams going.
You and Jerry.
I've been hounding him about that. And I said, at the very least, take pictures and videos of everything you get or buy or have, and then if you ever want to turn it into content, you can. And you don't have to be on camera. Just have your hand. You don't have to have your face on camera if that's an issue.
Yeah.
So if you don't want people to see Grizzly Adams, just film it and talk about what you're talking about. So.
Jerry, that's how my channel started for the first 6 or 8 months.
Yeah.
My channel started actually helping friends that I've given lasers to over the years. But when they suggested to me that I stop using Google Drive and use YouTube instead, that's when I went, headless. And I think my first probably 20 or 30 videos were completely headless. It was all voiceover and, video, B-roll video. I probably have since then, in the last 3 years, I think I've got my B-roll drive is 8 terabytes, and it's about 55% full right now. And I'm constantly going back to that and pulling little video clips from it. So
I have this.
I delete everything once I upload it to YouTube, and if they ever take down my channel, I lose all my content, 400 videos worth.
I've got everything. And what I do is I do intros and outros separately. So every video that I make is one folder, and it's got the intro, it's got the outro, it's got the thumbnail, and it's got a text file with all the notes that I had in it for that particular file. You need to start saving your videos, Jerry.
I have a 60 terabyte NAS, and
Jerry, you can get YouTube downloader.
Yeah,
I use that. Just there are some stuff I've lost amongst, like I don't need that, whatever. Then you're like, oh, I really did need that. Oh, shit.
When I want clips from movies, I have a YouTube downloader. I'll download whatever clip from a movie, and then I cut it up in DaVinci and use it. But if I want to re-download all my stuff, I would exceed my bandwidth for the month. I mean,
John's got it right. John's got it right. You need to have a NAS. I have a NAS here in the shop that's 8 terabyte drives, which is really actually 4. John knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Kenny knows it. Everybody probably knows what
I have one.
So much
RAID.
But then on top of that,
I
have a DAS. I also have a DAS which has 4 16 terabyte drives. That's just for these 2 computers. Actually, there's 5 computers here, but the 2 that I do videos from, and that DAS is where I copy everything to, and then it automatically every night at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You using a red camera?
What's that?
Are you using a red camera? What kind of output are you putting out?
I do everything in 4K except in this shop. This camera that I'm looking at here is.
I mean, you're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but that's a lot of space.
Yeah, well, this one here is not. This one is a Facecam Pro. I'm not sure what the video outputs. I'm not great at making videos. John's a lot better than I am at making videos. But I've never been good at making the videos, but it's the B-roll that's and probably between my NAS and my DAS, neither one of them is even a quarter of the way full. So, I mean, I have one drive on my DAS that's halfway full.
I'd hope not.
Yeah, so what I do is I take my cameras and
like Mr. Beast.
Yeah, and I upload from the computer in the garage onto the NAS. And then I go to my editing station in the office, bring it down, edit locally. And then as that drive gets full, I bring my edited stuff back and save it to the NAS. So
I don't do any of that. I work completely off of the DAS, which backs up to the NAS every night. So I don't trust anything on this computer over here. And, you know,
I lost all my ERF footage. When I came back from ERF, I started editing, and the PC I was at just died. And
Yes.
I tried everything to get the hard drive out of it. And literally my friend Josh, another Josh, who I run another community with, and he owns that, and he hooked me up because he's got extra computers, and it's got me excited that I can get back to editing. But like,
yeah, well, I
it can
came
be
in one day.
detrimental to lose it, you know.
I came in one day on this computer, and I've never ever saved files on this computer. But for some reason, you know, it's a Windows computer, all the Windows updates, and some programs like Lightburn will only install to your C drive. But I had a small, what is that little long hard drive called? The one that
NVMe SSD.
and NVMe. It was 256 gig, and it was out of space, and I never even realized it. So I wound up having to put in a 1 terabyte NVMe in the other slot, and I did a drive copy. And fortunately, everything worked out perfect. You know, an hour later, I was back up and running. But I don't trust them at all.
This is what I used to do until I got my NAS. I would just buy a thumb drive, back it up, and never touch it again.
Yeah.
You know, solid state, you know, you just put in, you know, got like 600 gigs here.
Well, here is my, this is my, my emergency crash drive right here.
Yeah. But I want to continue where I left off. I did restore that video right away. The guy was happy. He now knows how to use people's content, even if he doesn't get the permission, the emails and stuff, where they're at least tagged and everything appropriately. So,
well, John, you're a nice guy. What can I say?
Well,
most people wouldn't do that.
No, it was. I mean, you know, and I post on X like right away. I'm gonna get some hate. Well, people don't know both sides of the story, right? They hear that one creator did something to another. That's all they hear,
exactly.
And then you're the bad guy.
Well, so, I'll tell you a quick story. Well, I've had several people that have not so much used my content, but have used my files. And I had one in particular that I contacted, and I said, "Hey, that's my file," and I gave him a link to StreamYard, and he came into StreamYard, and I shared my screen, and I opened the file in Lightburn. You can see it was the exact same file, and then I went on the NAS. And I right-clicked on the file, and I said, show properties, and showed him the date from 2015 when I created it. And he still claimed that it was his file, and he wouldn't take the video down.
Huh.
So I said, okay, well, that's fine. I'll never mention you in a video again. So, you know.
That's for where I'm at with some people that I just can't. It's like I don't have a lawyer. I can't go after people who have a lawyer. And then outside of that, if you're using my stuff in a different way that I don't really want you to, then I'm just not going to promote you if you're trying to use my content and my name on everything.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you might have promoted somebody if they did like put up proper credentials.
Right.
You would have been like, oh my God, thank you. I'll promote the crap out of this.
Yeah, I'm not a great wordsmith. That's why I said I'm a lot more eloquent on the phone and in person than I am typing. You know, I'm sometimes just
but
very
even
brash
with typing, you can. There's a beat, you know. There's a beat of like, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's people that could really just hammer it away, and really, you get what they're saying. Me,
and John, I'll tell you something else about you too, is that you're completely different in person than you are on camera.
Yeah, well, that's what. Did you see me caressing the laser?
No, when I met you in Illinois.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's
whole
the thing.
Whole different person.
And
Nothing like you see on camera.
No, and
John's a real cool guy.
And that's why I tried telling the person that I said, just call me. You know, contact me on social media. It'll be straightened out probably in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just He kept on stating the Fair Use Act. And I said, no, it doesn't apply to YouTube, buddy. It doesn't. You know, I said, all you have to do is cover your rear. I said, if this was a person that had 5 million subs, and
Wow.
If it was.
Oh, if it was, yeah.
You would have never gotten that video back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you're fortunate you have people in such a small community that's willing to work with you and make sure that you succeed. I want the person to succeed. I don't want to be that person that says, "Oh, this happened."
At the end of the day, people don't want to feel like they've scorned anybody, and so it's hard to say like, "Oh, I didn't scorn you," like, and
Well, and the thing is I told him that I sent the clip to 20 people, and I said, "Just review it. It starts here. Tell me what you see." And I said, only 20% came back, said that I saw the credit in the lower left.
Well, now I feel left out because I wasn't one of those 20 people.
Well, and then
I was also left out.
Yeah, and a lot of people.
I'm not in the inner circle.
So, and I said I went off of that, and if 20%, only 20% see it, then it's not proper tagging, So
yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't in the voiceover. It wasn't in the card. It wasn't in the description. 2 of the 4 could have been done post upload.
Yeah. So. Well, years ago, for quite a few years.
Later, Rob. Hey, you're going to Rocky Mountain, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be at Rocky Mountain Rip Rap. Yep.
All right. I'll be there too.
All right, Rob. Thank you for coming. You're always welcome. We're here every Saturday at 12 o'clock, buddy.
Had to order more stuff for Death Racers.
Oh, nice. I'm not going to do a Death Racer because I've got to go out there with a suitcase carry on. I'm actually having a friend fly out with me, and I'm going to use his carry on to hold stuff too. But yeah. Well, thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Yeah, we're driving.
Guys.
Okay, Rob.
Yeah. All right.
Bye. Later, Rob.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Well, since that incident that I had, I just kind of let the stuff roll off my shoulders. Before Lightburn, I used to design files usually in Corel or on my tablet, drawing things. And I sold them on about a dozen graphics websites on the internet for years. And they pop up in people's videos all the time. And as something they're saying that they designed, but I really don't care anymore. I mean, at this point, I let everything roll off my shoulders. Really makes no difference to me. They can do whatever they want.
I try to plug people all the time. A couple of years ago, I had an incident, but it worked itself out.
You do, Jerry. You do.
On my Etsy store, I had an item I was selling. It was finished and painted in resin. And the person I got it from, when I was allowed to sell it, he got all pissed off at me. He said, "You didn't even plug me in a PM and this and that." And I go, "Dude, look at it. It's right there in the first line." He says, "Well, I'm on my phone and I don't see it." I said, "Well, get on your computer." And
oh,
look.
well.
I always plug people when I sell things. That way there's never a problem. But, yeah.
Well, that's what reminded me to come into StreamYard and log in was you just tagged me in a post on Facebook.
Rich, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you foresee Lightburn ever doing an update to where it goes out and finds the fonts instead of just, "Oh, this font's missing"?
If I was gonna say, if Rich can't answer, I can, because I'm in a space where you don't F around with people's fonts.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
what you don't understand, Kenny, is that a free font may not necessarily be free. It may be free to you to use, but it may not necessarily be free. You have to, and on some of them, you have to click the details pane and see what the usage
downloaded
rates
a font
are.
that gave me a bunch of you can use this privately, but you can't use it publicly.
Well, I work at a marketing firm, and I'm telling you, millions of dollars are spent protecting fonts.
Yes, absolutely.
And you do not, I'm telling you, try to stick with fonts that are on your computer natively, or go to a reputable.
Or buy them.
And buy them.
With commercial rights. Yeah.
Yeah,
but even if you buy them, but even if you buy them for commercial use, that means that you can sell the products you make, but you can't give away the font with it. So you have to be careful with the fonts. All fonts, it doesn't matter what it is, whether you buy it, whether you get it for free, whatever it is, you have to read the what do you call it?
Terms of use.
The terms of use. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I did Jerry's part,
That's just like an STL file.
When I did Jeremy's file the other day or yesterday, yeah, I had to install a couple of them, couple fonts.
Well, as long as you're not giving the font away, you should be good if it was a free font, for your personal use. What I do in my videos is I usually put a link below the video. I tell people, if you want the font, the link is down below, and then they can go to DaFont or freefonts.com or wherever I got it from and get the font themselves, install it first, and then open my file.
Tripod, do you want me to share that link in chat?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Jerry. That is where I pulled clips. So I know, Jerry, that you said that you tried to find clips for and stuff. So I like throwing some humor. So that's a generator or a search where you could go and type in, say, something lasers, right, or a hot dog, and look for a clip of a movie, commercial, or a TV show with something.
I've always wondered about Joel's videos when he had what's his name edited stuff, and they're talking about something. Here comes a clip that's related. I'm thinking, how did they find that show saying that exact thing? It seemed really odd to me.
Yeah, so Chicago Bob is commenting that people ask all the time about the Hispanic version. He did a Hispanic version of the Our Father cross that I did. And he's right, because I remember when he posted it, people were messaging me one after the other saying that, this guy is giving your file away. And I said, no, he's not. He did it. He followed my video and did it his own way with a Hispanic version. So, thanks for bringing that up, Bob.
Marcel just gifted.
I mean, that's someone else's, it's not. Again, it's hard being an artist. It's hard being in a world where we literally share so much with each other these days, where, again, 30, 40 years ago, we weren't just on sharing our lives, sharing our creative aspects with each other, and copyrights weren't something you just flung at each other.
Never imagined what the world has turned into today. I know.
John, thank you very much. I've been looking for something like that for a long time.
Yeah, I shared it a long time ago. I just been
they're
using
talking
it.
about this or that, and all of a sudden here it is, where they cut in with the Simpsons saying something regarding.
Why don't you share your screen with that site so people can get an understanding of what that is?
All right.
So I was looking for clips. I know this clip from a movie, and I couldn't find the line anywhere. I couldn't find that clip anywhere.
Exactly.
This will find clips. Now the problem is with this is sometimes it cuts off right when you want it to hear the rest of it, and it's not foolproof. Okay, sometimes I spend more time on this effing site than I do sometimes editing. Because it's okay, and I love using South Park clips. I love it, because of
one of my favorite.
You would.
So what are these acceptable?
For obvious reasons.
Nice.
Are these acceptable because they're under 5 seconds or something?
Yep. So when Sam was here, he was trying to find what was it?
Is this link in private chat? This Get Yarn or?
Yeah.
It's in private chat.
I don't go over 10 seconds, Josh. 10 seconds or less. I've never been dinged.
Oh, Family Guy is also one of my favorites too.
Was it something America? It was the same creators from South Park. He wanted to do the, when he was here, he wanted to do that their music real quick. The America,
America.
So, yeah. So he found it was he said, I can't find this clip anywhere. I'm like,
when is Sam coming back to America?
Yeah. So I sent. He's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Again, sometimes you're gonna be on there for a while searching for something that you actually like, or
where how do people get away with doing video game streaming or?
Oh yeah, what happened with Taylor, right?
I'm just saying in general, because again, like, you got like a 20-second rule over here, but then people are like, yeah, I'm gonna go stream for 3 hours of this video game content.
I don't see how, like, so what happened to Nero, right? People push for censorship and stuff. But
hey, John,
I get with what happened, why they don't want that item mentioned or even shown on there on a live, because
there's a reason why I want to interrupt you.
Yeah, and I don't know where I fit in that conversation. Okay, so I didn't respond. But when it comes to video games and other things that I see on YouTube and other platforms that are so much worse, and I'm like, he got taken down for that, and that's the other half of my conversation.
It's just because he's Canadian.
All right. Do you have anything bad you want to say about the real Sam Prentice?
Oh, I got the call.
Not while he's on the screen.
I was trying to interrupt because he's in the back room. He's going, yeah.
Maybe he could change it to R2.
Hey, buddy.
Did you ask if he was the original puppeteer inside?
Kenny Bacon? No, I wasn't. Unfortunately, not.
Thank you very much for that site, John. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
thanks. That's fun.
Yeah.
So when I use the video, I'm gonna put on the screen at Tripod Garage. Link me to this site, or I'll put it in the description or something. So.
No, I don't care about that. No, I mean, honestly, I think that's a good little source for almost anyone that's looking for
Rich,
a clip.
the LA Hobby Guy. What is that link to right there?
That is the link to the. I thought I put a title on it. The Laser Maker's Realm tonight, the live stream.
Okay.
You're on in 3 hours.
Yes, sir.
I mean, stuff like that's nice to share amongst the community. I mean, it's just I use my videos from YouTube's actual archive that they present to you, which I think is super nice. No one wants to get copywritten. I just put out a fun size video that I made last year that I was like, oh, I should put this out. It'll be just a nice little teaser for people to get the algorithms going, and because I haven't posted or done any kind of live stream in a while, and you never know how things are going to go or what might be out there. And I instantly got hit with a copyright, and it's like anything else. That person is going to now get whatever revenue comes in from mine, and I don't care because I'm like, yeah, I like the music.
Appeal it. Usually it's BS, and they'll overturn it. Last year I got hit up like 30 or 40 of them. They overturned every one of them. There's somebody else there wanting to make a buck off everybody, so they go around. And the link in your description down below, always put where your music came from. If it's off YouTube free music, put it's copyright free music. Well, you list the person and the song and have that in the bottom of your description. Just appeal it. Usually they always get overturned.
I just use Epidemic. So Epidemic, I don't have to put anything in mine. It automatically.
I just have Sam sing in the background. And,
Jerry, can I just grab a highlight just for a second? I need to show you this new T-shirt that I've just got.
There you go. Teaching Tech,
nice.
Michael.
Who's the guy in the picture?
That's Michael Laws from Teaching Tech.
Now, how's the material, man? We were talking about the material earlier. It's got. Is it plasticky or is it nice and fluffy?
It's itchy as hell. Actually, this really itchy, and it gets under your skin. That's the whole thing. That's the premise of
That's
the
how I
t-shirt,
feel when I watch his channel. So I mean, it goes to
Josh was looking for a T-shirt manufacturer earlier for a few people that he knows, but he didn't want the plasticky image where it feels like cardboard on your chest. He was looking for some recommendations on companies.
Some good.
Well, it all depends really, but again, it's in the printing process a lot of the time. That's the main thing. But I thought I'm going to take this. This is coming out to China with me, so I thought, here I am. Oh, you're that guy from Teaching Tech? No, not even close. But whatever. It could be fun. But I can show you while I'm all big here. I can show you this, and this is the kind of almost post prototype tiny bike. So check this out.
Oh,
nice.
Fun. Cool. Is that like a Segway scooter?
Sure. So it's all 3D printed. Hang on.
Oh, nice.
What?
That is amazing.
Yo. So you can fit that into a duffel bag, right? Yo, Transformer.
Yeah, that'll fit in the suitcase.
When you're not smacking it around, of course. Yeah. So that's the world's very first 3D printed e-bike that you're going to see in China when I'm out there, and then you'll see it in Rocky Mountains. So I'm going to put this in my suitcase, which I'm literally just packing up now.
E-bike Death Racers 2025.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the front door of reality, going down the hallway, getting on the elevator.
That's it. Yeah, loads of that stuff. And then you're going to see at the 3D Printopia, we're very much talking about a race. So the idea, the evolution of this is we've got this. We've been doing some trials with it. We've extended the
What are the poles?
We've extended the floor plan here, so you can put your feet or foot if you're John. You can put your foot on this, and obviously it just adds to the stability. So we've put, it's a 12-volt motor, but we've put up to 24-volt into it because that's what we do, and it is pretty choppy. So
well, can you send me one of those? I'd like to try it.
Sure, I can send you the files and stuff. That's not a problem. Yeah. So,
no, I mean the whole thing.
Yeah. So the idea will be come back from Creality, obviously show it off at Rocky Mountain, and then we're going to make the files available. And then at 3D Printopia, we're talking about doing a race with these. So we'll wait and see what that looks like.
So are we going to do jousting? Like,
oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like gladiator. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the thing is, you can steer these with your feet. So arguably, you could have like a pedal stick or something like that, or a lance or a sword. I don't know, whatever. So
pool noodles.
Yeah,
I lost an eye.
I want one.
Oh, my sister was going to get rid of this, and she gave it to me. It's wearable, and the mouth moves. You can put it on your head, and you can move your chin up and down, and the it's pretty cool.
That is amazing.
You got to do a video. Open your video with that on next time.
So yeah, you got to put the tail in as well, Jerry.
5:30, Rich. When you pull me in on camera, I'll have this on.
Since Sam does so well with long road trips.
Howl too. You got to howl.
Jerry is very.
People go, "You're how old?" Yeah, I'll be 60 in 2 months, and yes, I'm wearing stuffed animal heads.
And I'll be 66 in 2 months.
And printing toys.
Yeah, since Sam does so well with long road trips, we need to do
66.
I don't think he's going to do another road trip with us to.
I can't. I think it was it 12 or 14 hours that first one.
It's awful. He's in the U.S. where some people are kind of used to doing that, and I'm like, for a passenger, I think it's a little bit more comfortable, not for the driver, because as I said, I can't really listen to anything, because that means you guys would have to have your headphones on all the time, and so the driver is really screwed. You know?
Thank you for the preparation.
Going to Earth, we had a 12-hour drive, and I'm not used to driving beyond 2 hours. So I
love.
Got a lot of coffee in me.
Trips. I love road trip. I'm looking forward to the 12-hour trip to Orlando in a couple of weeks. I just love road trips. You know why?
This is where Jerry gets bitten by one of his dogs. He just like savagely attacked.
Yeah.
I saw a video on Facebook the other day about somebody going around dressed up in a dog costume, scaring. Well, a bunch of people apparently scaring their dogs.
Yeah, after the last,
I love my road trips though. I mean, it's the only time that I can listen to my favorite music, and I don't know if I can even tell you guys about that because you'll all start laughing. But you know, I'm by myself, and I can.
Well, it's different. So as I said to Sam, I said, when I was
whoa, hang on. What music are we talking about here? Just before we go any further, what music are we talking about? Because immediately I'm thinking Britney Spears.
He plays the Archies. He probably plays the Archies.
There was a period. There was a period in my life that back in the 70s that I had the most fun clubbing at night that I've ever had in my entire life, and that was during the disco era.
I was gonna say Bee Gees and
I used to love disco.
Did you have a big afro then?
And listen to Kenny, don't do that.
That was awful. We can
And
always trust
listening,
Kenny. We can
listening to
always
that
trust
music
Kenny.
just brings back all of those memories, you know, when things were so much different and so much fun. And clubbing nowadays, you know, up until a couple years ago, my wife and I used to go down to Bourbon Street, usually on like Thursday night and Saturday night. We go dancing down there, but things have it's just not the way it was back in the 70s. That was a short period of time that was just an incredible nightlife scene, just incredible beyond anything else.
It was all the drugs.
I mean, well, Rich. So like when it was just myself and Bear that went to Georgia and back, almost to Florida, it was I could listen to whatever I want, even with just Jen in the truck or car. I could be listening to something. Her headphones come out. Why are you listening to that? I'm like, see, I can't win. That's the problem. It's like
John listens to a lot of gangster rap. He
stuff.
doesn't like to talk about it, but I don't mind talking about it. Real hardcore gangster rap. He's got like the neckerchief thing. It goes on his head. The whole thing.
Yo, you best be cool, Dino. Cool, Dino.
Seen in Office Space.
Kenny, stop that. Stop that. Where are you? Stop
no,
that.
It's when you have other past. It's
Up in the hood. You know what I'm saying, yo?
It makes it a little bit. It throws a lot more elements into that road trip.
Well, when my wife is with me, she's passionate. She's from the Philippines, but she's passionate about country music, and that is probably my second genre that I like the most. So we kind of go back and forth. You know, we have.
So she's from the Philippines, but likes country.
Yeah. She loves country music, but we go back and forth on satellite radio. We go from the disco channel to the country channel. There's actually a couple of country channels that we listen to, and you know, sort of get our equal share of time.
I bet you like ABBA too.
No, not ABBA. Never. I don't know anyone that liked ABBA.
Yeah, but wrong.
All right, I got a question for you, Rich.
They did do a song, I think, called "Dancing Queen," though, didn't they, or something?
Dancing Queen. Anyways, I got a question for you. Your little rule about you go from a 10 to a 20 on a diode does not mean you're getting double the power.
Correct.
Does the same theory hold true on galvos?
On galvos, yeah, the same thing holds true. So that's why I think Gio is having such a hard time with the math, calculating the different lens sizes and calculating the different wattages, is because there is no hard and fast rule. If you go from 30 to 60 watts, you don't, you know, double your power and get the same result. You know, everything changes. So the same thing applies to just about every laser, as far as I know. You know, I'm no expert at anything except maybe being wrong most of the time. But but as far as I know, and from my experience, you know, between here and the other shop, I have about 70 lasers altogether, and all different powers, all different types. And I've never been able to. I'm just finishing my diode conversion. I have one light burn library that has 10, 20, and 30 watts all in the same library. So I'm just almost finished with that. I should be finished with it in about the next week or so. And that took me about 200 hours to compile, because I had to go back, and that's not including the original first 10 watt library, you know. So I had to go back and do all of the materials, all of the engravings, the vector engravings, the line engravings, the image engravings, you know, all of that for every material that was in that library for 10, 20, and 30 watts, because I couldn't figure out how to convert it. A lot of people are saying that for every, well, a couple of people that I know have said, that are in the business, that have said add about 15 to 20% ability to your laser when you switch from like 10 to 20 or 20 to 30, but I haven't found that to be true.
Well, I'm looking to subtract, because like on Patrick's Patreon, he's got the 60 watt library, and here I got a 120. So I'm thinking, well, if I split that in half, it's still not going to be 60 according to Rich.
You're talking about a fiber laser. Fiber lasers are completely different, because when you reduce the power, there's other variables involved in a fiber laser. So a lot more variables as compared to a diode or a CO2 or something like that. So just by cutting the power in half is not going to do it. Doubling the speed is not going to do it. You're going to have to do your own. You can use it sort of like a baseline and see how it comes out. I don't know. I think his 60-watt fiber laser is a MOPA. I think that was a JPT MOPA with a 110 lens, if I'm not mistaken. And so it depends on what source you have. If you have a JPT MOPA, whether or not
it should be the same as mine to JPT MOPA, yes.
Yeah, 120 though.
Yeah. So it's just something that you have to test and see. I mean, use the file as is, see what it does, and make adjustments from there in the speed. Your frequency should be okay. Your line intervals should be okay. But beyond that, you're going to need to do material tests, because at this point, as far as I know, and I know Gio probably knows better, but because he's doing the math, in a program that's going to calculate all of this and convert everything one to the other. Light source engraving, laser everything, tried it, didn't work. They had the spreadsheet where you put the 2 in. That didn't work because I used that on 3 different fibers and it didn't work on any of them. So until Gio figures out what that math actually is, I don't think there's any way to really do it. Hey, Matt.
Wow.
How'd you
Thanks
get
for
all
the
the way
answer.
down there?
I've with my galvos, I've literally just sometimes if I get stuck, I look at someone else's settings and I use that kind of as like a benchmark to see where it gets me, and then I just start tailoring it from there.
There is a website. Hang on one second, everybody, stop. I'm gonna find it here. Hang on.
But when it comes to diodes, I was teaching someone how to use it. That's going to help me around the fix up the house a little bit. And he's like, just do this setting. And he's like, you know this off the top of your head? I'm like, yeah. I said, I don't expect everyone else.
Some people are that smart; they just know everything.
Well, no, it's when you use them so much.
Yeah, it's burned into your head. Yeah,
literally burned into your head. But no, it's like you get like a understanding of the wattage versus the material and the speed. So
okay, I'm going to send you Jerry, I'm going to put this link, you can post it for Kenny. This website sells products for fiber lasers or for lasers, and let me go and put this in the private chat. And on everything that they sell, they have fiber laser settings.
That's nice.
So
that's nice when companies do that, because some companies will sell you a product. There's no support. There's no recommendations, and you're lost.
This is how I got a lot. Well, at first, I got a lot of my settings for the 60-watt JPT MOPA, but then I got Patrick's library. So that link in the comments right there, Kenny, copy that link and go there and just pick your material like you were going to buy it, and you'll see they have settings for that material.
Yeah, I don't recognize this site. I got a million of them bookmarked. I don't recognize this one. Thank you.
Yeah, this one's off the radar. I've never heard anybody mention it before, and I found this a long time ago when I first got that one behind me over there that I guess you can't see right there. That 20-watt Racus, and that's how I found that, and that's how I got my baseline settings for that laser. Yeah, there we go. So that one right there, there. So that's how I got my initial settings, but I've never heard anyone mention that that I think it's Barsh Laser or something like that. Never heard anyone mention that name before, but they just have a ton of settings that actually work. So
yeah, Lightburn sells a sticker pack for $15, $5 shipping, and you get like 6 or 7 stickers. And I only want the one big square one to put on the front of my fiber laser. I don't want to spend $20 for one sticker, so I got to try to find somebody that has a bunch of them.
Stickers.
And speaking of Lightburn, I paid for
the Lightburn sticker. On their
Well, Jerry,
website,
I have the settings in the library that you got with your LaserMatic for stickers, so you can actually create your own.
yeah, but it wouldn't be the same color. It's like anyway, I'll figure it out.
If you buy those stickers in red, then it would be the same color, and anything
Oh, I
that you
see what you're
engrave on the
saying.
sticker would be white.
Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So-
good. That'll work. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and I think it's called. Hang on 1 second, and I can probably tell you.
Zombie Hedgehog. Hello, my friend. How you doing today?
Hey.
Yeah, well, I didn't put the website in the library. I just put dangerous fumes. But the actual setting is under vinyl stickers. And it worked on 3 different brands that I bought. And I forget where I bought them from.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's how I did. Well, you weren't in Illinois for the Lightburn convention, but my laptop has got a big Lightburn sticker on it in red. Their Christmas logo with the little Christmas hat on top.
Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that on Twitch. Hungry
You're
Wolf 5. Here's my Hungry Wolf right here. I can wear it. Mouth moves.
Nah.
Did you get that link, Kenny?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
That was that a laser convention that y'all went to, or was that like just the
Lightburn.
brands?
It
was just like
Lightburn software convention.
Lightburn is like a slicer.
The software.
Yeah, it's a G-code sender and a design program all in one.
Yeah, so they're facilitating the industry then.
Yeah,
Yes.
in fact, it's becoming the industry standard now.
Matt's counterfeit cards.
So was that like a big expo that they put on and hosted, or was it just a private, like small room of like 50 people that got invited?
It was the first Lightburn. Lightburn software is a relatively new piece of software. I started using it 4 years ago when it was in an extreme beta. I think it was like 0.5 or 0.6, something like that was the first program that I got from Jason. And it's grown exponentially ever since. My YouTube channel is I have over 200 videos on Lightburn software and how to use it. And it's just grown to become the industry standard. If you sell a laser today,
Lightburn is the best on the planet. The best.
Yeah, if you sell a laser today and it's not Lightburn compatible, whether it's whether it's
garbage,
a Gerbil laser, or whether it's a DSP laser, or whether even the fiber lasers, a lot of people complain now because they have a fiber laser with EasyCAD 3 and it's not compatible yet, but it will be soon. They're working on that, but they've got a team. For the first few years, it was just Jason, who is an old programmer. In fact, I think he was like a gaming programmer, and his wife got a laser, and she couldn't stand the software that was with it. So he created a open source at the time for her program for her to use that was much easier. And then he gave it to a friend, and then to another friend, and then launched a beta on it. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's for sale. And I think they have like 5 million users now around the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What you breaking, Sam?
We're watching it.
Oh, this is the Elegoo Neptune 4 Max, maximum for the taste and no sugar. That has now got new software on it, so it's now working.
So
Lots of people had issues with this on launch, including Mr. John Tripod, and the new software. Well, that's like my second print. I printed the little Buddha thing, and then overnight I printed a slightly bigger God of Wealth because Chinese company, they like Chinese
Where you got
things.
it from?
What? Sorry.
Where you got that statue from?
The statue was from the Creality website.
All right.
It's
Nice.
called
Yeah,
the God of Wealth.
I think I asked you once for it.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it's on-
I think
It's on the Creality cloud. So that's a.
I don't go there.
Jerry, put me up big.
Okay.
This is a project that'll be coming up soon.
Ooh.
This is 3D printed, the buck.
Yep.
And then it's hammered. The copper, that's like 0.2 mil, was hammered on with a rubber piece in the middle.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Now you can pull it out and pour chocolate in and make your own candy bars.
Now I didn't do this. One of my patrons did this for me. I get like these gifts in the mail all the time. And this was from one of my patrons, and I said, "Wow, I never had that idea before to print the buck and then hammer it out onto a piece of copper." I mean, I think it looks awesome. I'm gonna actually trim this, and I'm gonna frame it in some babinga and put it up on the wall. But really,
you got to make chocolate. Surely that's got to be the way forward. It has to be the way forward. Seriously, that's a great
idea. Have a chocolate printer.
Yeah, I could do this and use and then take it back off and pour the chocolate in there. That's a good idea.
Wipe it with some cocoa butter. I believe that's what they used to coat the pipes with at FLMs. Then pour chocolate in it and pop the mold out.
Oh man, FLMs. Oh, I'm getting bigger and bigger just listening to this.
I'll send my first chocolate bar to Sam and see if any of the metal comes off in the chocolate if he's still alive next week.
Oh, hey, Rich, that British fish and chips place I went to, the man used to cook for Kiss, I guess. The owner was in the video, and there's some things I left out of the video I should have put in it, but it was awesome. Yeah, I don't like going to like Timber's Bar and Grill and they pull out their frozen fish that they bought from Cisco Foods with fries. I want to go to something original, and that was really super awesome food.
Like I said in my comment on your video, when I did that exchange program, in college in England, I was there for quite a while, and the food trucks just got me hooked on the fish and chips. It was the best I've ever had in my life.
He had some curry that I didn't really care for the taste. It had an odd taste to it. The mushy peas I've never had before. They were awesome. And then I got a couple different things. The tartar sauce was homemade. Had
coleslaw wasn't too good though, was it?
Huh?
The coleslaw wasn't that good though, was it?
My wife said she didn't like the coleslaw. It was a different taste from what I'm used to. I don't remember what it tasted like, but it had a different taste. I don't remember what he put in it, pepper or something, but the taste, it was a drier coleslaw than what I normally have. So
well, when I come out to Vegas, you're going to have to drag me over there so I can compare it to the food.
Oh, if you come this way, you better bring some gumbo. I mean, authentic gumbo. Woo-wee!
I am working right now on getting my wife to finish writing out I do that recipes on wood playlist on my channel.
Yeah.
And I'm getting her to write out the gumbo recipe, or at least I'm trying to, so that I can do that gumbo recipe next, because her gumbo, let me tell you guys, she's from the Philippines. So she puts a twist on everything, on every dish that she makes. That's a little Filipino twist. And 40 years ago, when we first moved here, one of my first friends was a Kunas down in, a half hour, 20 minutes from here, down on the bayou, a real Cajun. And we became best friends really quickly, and we were until the day that he passed away. And I got to know his entire family, and we were a regular, at the Sunday dinners and stuff like that, and as well as my family. And these people, so Evelyn said one day, my wife, she said, I'm going to I want to make some gumbo, Elaine. Can I have your recipe? Right. And she said, sure. And she gave her the recipe. And my wife made it and remade it, over the course of a few months. And then we went down there. We brought, every week you bring something with you, some sort of food. We brought a big pot of this gumbo, and all of these people there who are all Bayou Cajuns, every single one of them said it was the best gumbo they ever had in their life.
Wow.
Nice.
So my wife is a great cook. That's why I'm the size that I am. Although I'm sizing down, I've lost 22 pounds in the last month. So
yeah, you look quite svelte. Actually, you were a lot bigger when I saw you last time. So yeah, congratulations on that. It's
Thank
not
you.
Easy, right?
It is easy for me.
Oh, really?
I've switched to I'm eating only meat, only soups that I make myself or my wife makes for me. that are all organic, natural ingredients, no processed food whatsoever. And I have an eating window, which I just had a tuna steak for dinner, about an 8-ounce piece of tuna steak. I have an eating window from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening, and I don't eat for the rest of the day. Everything is either, black coffee or water for the rest of the day. And it's just been working fantastic. And I've lost.
You got a question?
Yes, for Rich. Have you printed out the stuff what I sent you over yet?
I haven't. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
The lithophane, but I want to do that, but I'm just so jam packed with stuff to do.
I understand.
Until after the ISA show that I'm barely prepared for tonight's live stream.
Yeah, I haven't got anything ready. I got to make sure my camera's working. Last week I had trouble with it.
Yeah. You look okay now.
My speakers are real choppy, and I don't have my camera on my laser setup. I got a C920 I set up in front of it, and then I share screen through OBS. I had trouble getting it to work last week, but I got a couple hours yet.
Restart your computer. I do that before every live stream from the shop next door.
Yeah, every time I live stream, I make sure I restart it on Saturday mornings.
I restart everything. I restart my cameras. I restart my switcher, everything. And just to make sure that it goes smooth. I had one live stream where my ATEM froze, and which I don't use the ATEM anymore. I use the YOLO Live now, which is a much better machine with touchscreen and cellular and all that kind of stuff, network bonding. So I'm much happier with the YOLO Live, and it doesn't give me problems like the ATEM ISO did.
All righty. And Tripod's working on it's got a 70-watt diode on that machine he's working on for upcoming videos. So
Tripod is creating fire.
I also am supposed to have the Atom Stack. They've been supposed to have sent it to me since November.
Didn't Tripod invent fire?
That's how he lost his leg.
They've been supposed to have sent me the 70 watt since November, and they just told me a couple weeks ago it's in the mail. I still haven't gotten it, but in my opinion, if it matters, I don't think when you get over 30 watts that you're getting anything better. If you're going to cut, you have to be able to lower the focus on every pass to get a clean cut, with a high powered laser. Like, for instance, I've got the S1 next door, and I was able to do that, but there's only so far you can go. So, if you don't have a motorized Z, then you have to, you can only go about 34 millimeters deep.
And for engraving most pictures, 5 or 10 watts is perfect because the spot size is real small. And the higher the power, the larger the spot size gets. And
actually, that little laser hanging up off the shelf right there is the best engraver I've got here. That's from 2017, I think, and it's 2.5 watts. It can do the finest engravings that you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it's amazing with that. People don't realize that the smaller laser, the better the dot size is.
Absolutely.
And, this one has a powered motorized Z, so it can do the.
Only to a certain point, though, because you've got a really short throw there between the material. And I've got the S1 next door that I'm not going to do a review on just because of all the problems setting it up in Lightburn. You lose bed size in order to
I
get
didn't even bother.
ordinance.
I didn't even send it in Lightburn. I just used their Creative Suite. I'm like,
I don't use
Lightburn. Yeah, Lightburn hurt my credit card yesterday, $90.
Yeah, I got all 3 licenses, so I feel it. And then once they come up with Milmage, I'll have that one too.
I have Milmage.
What's the third license? Lightburn. I've got Galvo, and I've got for diodes. What's the third one?
The CO2.
CO2 DSP.
When I had my K40 CO2, it worked fine in Lightburn last year.
Because it's not a DSP controller. The K40s are either Nano 2s, and you have to use K40 Whisper, or they're Lightburn Eco compatible. I put a Lightburn compatible controller card in, and I took out the board that was in it. Ordered one from Australia. I forget the name of the company, but it was that's
Lightburn
a G code. That's a G code board. 99% of CO2s are DSP controllers.
I see.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to pay for the
Yes,
license.
you did. You just said you got hit for $90.
Yeah,
So-
for that one. I'm talking about the one in the garage, CO2. The blue one out in the garage.
He has a Galvo
No,
behind
that's
him.
because you have the DSP license. The G code license is only $60.
Right.
The DSP is $90, which covers DSP and G code.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and then you've got the fiber, which if you get the fiber, that covers all three of the licenses. And I pay for mine too, by the way. My channel has been dedicated to Lightburn software for 3 years, and I still pay for my licenses as well.
I think everybody
Right.
does.
Yeah, everyone does except for the people that work there, the devs.
So can we let the cat out of the bag? Who's the guest tonight?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, can I guess?
Go ahead.
You won't answer it.
The guy from Lightburn.
No, Jason, no. No, although he's promised to come on the channel.
Leo?
Nope.
No, it's
Leo's
me.
been on the channel.
You only get one guess, not two.
Yeah, that's right. You only get one guess.
All right. So it's neither, huh?
No, we have at least one, maybe two creators coming on the channel tonight, and one of them is little known and should be widely well known, and the other one is very well known. So the other one may or may not be here. For him, it's Saturday night is date night with his wife, but he said he'd try to make it. So we'll see if he shows up or not. But we're going to have at least one guest that's going to be tied to the ISA show, but is all about lasers with a YouTube channel.
Nice.
But she is tied to the ISA show coming up.
So just on that,
I know who it is.
He. I meant to say he.
Yeah. Sorry, Rich. That was a.
Go ahead, Kenny. You can spill it if you know.
Mom with a laser.
That's right. It's Emily. Emily's coming on tonight. Emily is the brand ambassador for Aeon, so she's coming on tonight to show us some of the things she's done, and as well as talk about the show.
And I did look at them when I was shopping, but their delivery time was like 4 months
And
out.
that's the one time that I won't be able to watch because we're going to a birthday party.
No, John.
No.
You have to watch.
But you can watch it after the fact, John.
Yeah, but
No, you need to get your phone out at the birthday party and just turn it on.
because I got it right there. I have
to.
Well, I've been streaming for 3 hours, 17 minutes. I'm going to be on later with Rich in a couple hours, so I need to end the stream.
Yeah, I got to go get ready too.
A tripod. Why not? Get if you go live and
We're
watch
starting
the
to raid
show,
on Twitch. We're going to raid
ask
him to make
him to say a message for your wife or for the birthday.
Tell your wife I
person.
said hello.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the
John, you
follows on
better
Twitch.
you better be in those.
Take care, everybody on Twitch.
At least, I subscribe and set reminders. So as long as my
Take
phone
care, everybody.
reminds
Have
me.
an awesome day. Bye-bye.
Bye.